All right. Hey, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Well,
Good evening.
It's Monday, right? We're beginning the week off. Welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets Comicsgate Live. Great to have you here. We got a nice big group for you to enjoy. Some nice gentlemen for you to hang out with. I think we might have Martina coming in later today. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but we might. We might get some ladies in here. We might.
There's a lot of PO.
Thank goodness. Yeah, we don't oppose that.
No, we don't. Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Ethan Van Sciver, 25-year comic book veteran, illustrator of future Canadian Prime Minister Dr. Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, creator of Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the biggest crowdfunded comic book of all time. And what can I tell you? It's great to be here tonight with you guys. Fantastic. We've got a lot of stuff to discuss. Eric Hutfuls is already bringing on the memes. Everybody's bringing on the NPC memes. That's like the newest thing right now. Everyone loves these NPC memes.
Oh yeah.
You know, NPC means non-playable character, which makes us playable characters or PC. I don't know how I feel about being called PC in this day and age. Everything is topsy-turvy.
This is the only time you'll be called PC.
Yeah, especially recently. My God, there's a new thing. Somebody clipped a piece of this show where I don't know. Somebody sent me 2 super chats asking if one of the comic skaters would bang another girl, and that's going around. No, we're not PC around here. We talk like guys. We talk like normal people. We do what we do. We do what we do. You don't have to like it. We just do what we do. Hail Caesar says Tatooine. Mac. Ian Howe's excited to see Ro back. Now, Ro was gone for quite a few days. People were worried about Ro.
Yeah, there was nothing to worry about, though. It was just something I had to get off the internet and get my head, frozen in that. I needed to sleep in negative temperatures, man. I needed to get back to nature.
And you had to kill some people for me. Oh,
absolutely.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
But of course he's no. That's all a joke.
Oh, it's a joke.
Yeah.
He meant kill bears.
Yeah, bears and mooses. Not moose. Bears. And Ro would never. I would never assign Ro to go kill people for me. Let's not start that rumor on the internet. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Let me introduce you to everyone on the show tonight. And there are going to be more people coming in. We're definitely going to have a packed house tonight. A lot of big stars from Comicsgate. First, I want to introduce you to a brand new fellow. By the way, a lot of people requested this guy. A lot of people said to me, when are you going to have Mike Anger on the show? And I said, well, I don't know. All you really have to do is ask. You just have to ask once. That's not true. You have to pester me endlessly to get on the show. And then eventually I kind of go, I don't know if you want to come on the show. That's kind of what happened with Mike Anger here. Mike Anger, how are you, my clown face friend, my narcosis friend?
I am doing great, and I am the first patient that has narcosis, by the way. So,
well, we do have narcosis afflicted people on the show rather often.
I'm patient 0.
Yeah. I mean, so you've got a comic book called Black Forest. Did you know that? What
did I know it?
Yeah. Did you know you have a comic book named Black Forest?
Yes, I'm very well aware of it. I've been working very hard on it, Ethan. Yes.
It's called Black Forest. A banished warrior set on facing inner demons confronts nightmares come to life in an epic battle. Can you tell me more about this comic?
Okay. Basically, the The story is inspired by German folklore. It's about a warrior, like a barbarian. He is banished into the woods, and while he's going into the woods, he finds a village. The village is slaughtered. Finds a creature. Finds out that they're in a castle, and while on a quest to battle his inner demons, he ends up in the Black Forest fighting the worst things he's ever seen in his life. The stuff of nightmares.
Well, sounds pretty cool. Sounds like a nice horror book. And this has just been going on for a couple weeks now. Guys, I just put the link to Black Forest by Mike Anger in the description if you want to go check this out. You should absolutely go check it out and support Comicsgate. All right, hang on a second. Let's go back to our chat here and let's introduce everybody else. Art T. Bear is here. Art T. Bear, how are you?
I am good. I am great. I got some rest last night after our Indiegogo conclusion, and I'm feeling good, recharged.
Now, last night, by the way, everyone, I don't know if you guys know this, but last night, RT Bear's Black and White, the initial campaign came to a thunderous conclusion.
Yes.
It was thunderous. You raised over $40,000 on your campaign for Black and White. Black and White is a comic book from way back in the day, way back in the Rob Liefeld days of Image Comics.
Oh yeah, 1994.
Bring it back. 1994. That's when Cyberfrog started. Amazing.
It was a good year. It was a good year for both of us.
Yeah, it was. It was, my friend. High five. So let me ask you: all right? So Black and White, it's still up, right? I mean, people can still support it.
Yes, it's in demand right now.
You know, some people don't know about that. Some people don't know about in demand. After the campaign's over for a lot of these books, you can still support them. You can still back them. You still get a little bit of time before they go to print. So Black and White is available. Wow, $40,561 right now. That is amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Oh, no, I'm wrong. $594. You keep selling copies of your book. That is what Comicsgate is. Thank you so much, everyone. Art, you've got to be pleased.
Oh, I'm beside myself. This is beyond what I thought I was going to do. I was kidding on my YouTube channel earlier that I put all those stretch goals up to 50K, 55K, and I just put them up. I didn't think I was going to get there, and to be honest, I was thinking 30 was going to be amazing. And gosh, yesterday, well, it was 2 days, that it just flew, like it heat up. So, I'm really, really happy. And I have people coming to me now and they're saying that with the in-demand store, you'll probably do 50K. So, gosh, this is amazing.
More than that, it depends on how long you keep it up.
Yeah.
And I think you should, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're going to do. I talked to Mitch and I talked to Mike a little bit about this, and to keep it up until you start shipping out the books, so all the way up to when the book is done, and you're getting stuff back from the printers, it's probably a good time to close the shop.
Right. Good idea. Congratulations again. I'm in awe of you and in awe of everyone who contributed to this campaign. All right, so we've got the amazing Mike Miller from Blacklist Universe in here. Welcome, Mike S. Miller.
Hello, Ethan Van Skyver. How are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing just ducky, thank you. Doug Tenaple, the magnificent Doug Tenaple. Doug looks a little bit more like Abraham Lincoln every single day that he comes in here. The mustache, the missing mustache. Yeah. Whoa.
Ooh, uncanny.
Yeah, he was a good Republican.
He was one of the best Republicans until Trump. That changed everything.
You can't compete. Well, times were different back then, so he can't compete.
That's fair.
He was a pioneer.
Doug Tenaple, of course, is the creator of Bigfoot Bill. We've got the link for that. I'm almost shy to talk about Bigfoot Bill. I know
it's getting gross now. It's getting embarrassing.
$113,536 for Bigfoot Bill.
Woo!
Link is in the description. If you haven't already picked up one of the a copy of Bigfoot Bill, you're missing out on one of the big six figures bitch comics that we do. And it's very, very impressive. Everybody loves Bigfoot Bill. Everybody wants to do who's doing a crossover? Is Critius doing a crossover with you?
Yeah, he is.
I mean, that's awesome.
BB. I had a great piece of pinup art from the Ben Jones.
Oh, is that right?
I'm getting good stuff. Good stuff. I'm excited about the excitement. So it makes me feel like there's some kindred spirits out there supporting me.
I love that.
And this is before anyone has seen or has read the book. I mean, the book is what I'm excited about. I'm like, wait till they see it. Is what I'm excited about. This is like before they've seen it.
They've seen enough of it to know, quite frankly, that it is amazing. People are still talking about the splash page with Poseidon coming up out of the water on the fish's head, and the woman in the boat and the rocking waves and everything like that. They still that's fantastic. Every little preview that you offer makes people happy, and thank you for that. Thanks for doing that.
Hey, thanks for helping us. I appreciate it, buddy.
Sure. And then we got Kyung Lee back here. Now Kyung is a newbie. Kyung is a newbie on Comicsgate. He's got a little more seniority than Mike Anger. Mike Anger's the freshman here.
Yep.
You have to haze Mike Anger tonight.
You have to haze him with money. Haze him with funding. That's the meanest thing you can do to this guy.
I mean, so far, everybody's been calling him the Water Boy. He sounds like the Water Boy.
Bobby Boucher. I don't sound like him. I think Rogue said that I look like Adam Sandler.
Do you really? Well, you could.
You want me to put the camera on? Yeah.
Yeah, put it on.
Let's see if you look like Adam Sandler.
Rogue. Yeah.
What was that?
Bobby Boucher.
Oh yeah, you do.
I could see it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can you just say my mama said? My mama.
My mama said.
Mama said.
That's some fine water. Yeah, whatever he says. You can do it. I do look like him.
Well, okay. So Kyung Lee's got a book called Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. Hold on, let me show this off. And where is it? Oh, here it is. You don't mind, do you, Kyung?
Oh no, not at all.
All right, let me show this off. Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb, one of the best titled books I've ever seen. It really strikes me as, I mean, I'm not much of a manga reader, but it does seem like a video game to me. I want to play this video game. It's totally awesome. Of course, it stars a beautiful, very attractive woman with exposed panties. These are things that people are looking for in comics in the year 2018, but they're just not getting. Now, I love the idea. I love where the name came from. You were telling me that you were playing a video game.
Yeah, City of Heroes back in 2004.
So you've had this character since 2004.
Yes.
Did your character on City of Heroes look like this?
Very similar, actually.
Oh, that's cool. So that's the thing. I mean, people could actually create their characters on City of Heroes, and then kind of 10 years, 15 years later, make a comic book about them. Awesome. I mean, so this is doing great. By the way, wow, $15,600. I didn't know that. That's phenomenal. Last time we saw you was like $8,000.
That was quick, man.
Yeah. That was quick. Whatever you're doing, Kyung, could you explain it to Mike S. Miller? Could you teach him?
Well, you know
how to get a book funded?
Is talking about your book on your show, Ethan.
Oh yeah. I think that must
Just
be
skipped right over Lone Star. Thanks a lot.
I did. I didn't even get to you.
He's not through the list yet. He's saving the best till last.
You introduced me. You just skipped right over Lone Star.
I am so sorry. You were exactly right. There it is, right there. I'm gonna do it too. I'm not gonna play around with Mike tonight. Mike's this is a true gentleman. Lone Star Heart of the Hero. Look how close we're getting to six figures now. $98,443. Mike S. Miller is this close to six figures, bitch.
Thank you.
Gotta get him there.
Tonight.
Your character.
This has to be tonight.
What is it about anyway?
Lone Star is about this isn't even Lone Star. This is Lynx, dude.
Like he's never heard of it.
Mike's never heard of it.
You guys are running all over me right now.
Sorry.
It's about a World War II era fighter pilot who was tasked with taking out the Übermensch from Germany in that day and age, who was taking over Europe. And he completes his mission, but is mortally wounded in the process, but is given an opportunity to undergo treatment that will grant him life and extraordinary abilities, and he becomes the first in a group of unknown soldiers who battle werewolves and vampires, the things that go bump in the night. And but he spends his spare time as a vigilante, just protecting the weak and innocent wherever he happens to be stationed in the world. That is Lone Star. You'll believe in heroes again. And this is Lynx, Ethan's character. I'm trying to do a couple different designs of her.
All right. Hold on. Let me look at this. Let's see what you're up to. Lynx. All right. Let's see. Did you see my hair design?
No. You have a hair design.
Well, I did her. Here's what I did. I looked up Google. All right, that's a little better. It's a little better. Well, when I said she was a teenager, I didn't mean she was 13. I meant she was like 18 or 19. You're making her a little tiny girl. She looks like Katie Power from Power.
You said a young girl.
Yeah, I'm 44 years old. 19 is a young girl.
32 is young for Ethan.
So, all right.
You gotta age her. I don't know if anybody wants to. I don't know if anybody wants to read a book about Miranda Cosgrove with claws. We gotta. That's an iCarly reference, Mike.
Age her up.
Yeah.
Love iCarly. It was a great show.
I think that it worked for Logan though. The psycho girl. I think a girl is vulnerable. Like
Laura.
Well, talk me into it. Her name is Lynx, and to me that means little. I mean, it's a small but savage cat. Little, feral cat. So I mean, yeah, there's a, is it a ripoff of Hit Girl if we make her real young?
No.
And I was going for like the Siberian lynx, which is like gray and white. It looks really cool. So she'd have white hair and like, that kind of a color motif.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, white hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no. So look up a lynx. Go to Google. Okay. You see the God, where did I put that drawing? I can't.
But I looked up Siberian lynx because I wanted her story to start in Russia, and then
make her look like Bjork. Bjork already looks like a.
Part of the story is her going from Russia to LA, and then people chasing her and stuff like that. But we haven't talked much about the actual story, so.
No, because there isn't one yet. There isn't an actual story yet. I would talk with writers. Let's see. Downshift says I like Mike's take. Tippy Tail McKitty says I like Ethan's better. Well, I didn't get as far as Mike did. I designed eye makeup and I designed hair that resembled a lynx. That's what I did.
I did a different. Here's the other one. I see, and this would be sort of transitioning, anyways. Like this would be her.
Yes, indeed, transitioning.
Yeah, early part of the story, and then as it gets to the later part of the story, she's not going to be wearing the same freaking clothes she had in Russia.
You know what you've done? You've done exactly X-23, but as Sabretooth, like Sabretooth's daughter. And by the way, that's too good of an idea. Marvel should actually kind of do that. But
Sabretooth's daughter versus Wolverine's daughter.
Yeah, why haven't they done that yet? That's just like that hits you in the head. Like, oh my god,
editorials asleep,
and then they can't do it.
Yeah, I can still do it. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? You like it? Somebody says the boots are gay. Somebody says not right, bro. Somebody says Lynx needs to be something hot girls want to cosplay. Yeah, I mean, there's something about that as well. Isn't it weird, like designing a character in this day and age, you've got to think about like hot girls cosplaying it.
Well, then you need to start thinking about pointed ears. If she had, I know how you feel about pointed ears, Ethan, but you might want to rethink that because they can actually, do that with a cosplay. They can do the pointed cat ears.
I refuse to rethink it.
I
don't like it. No.
I will say make her 17.
Make her 17.
Oh, what up, Craig?
What's going on, Mike?
What's up, Curtis?
How you doing, Mike?
Oh, Curtis is
very good.
Well, then let us begin with an actual woman's body and start over again.
Cat ears.
You sure you want to do the woman, the teenager?
I'm not sure of anything. I can be convinced of things.
I mean, like if you do the child, right?
I'm
and
sure no pointy ears though.
If you do the child and she lives in Hollywood, you know, she's got to provide a means for her survival while in Hollywood, no? I mean, at least 17, she knows the way around, how to live a little bit.
No.
Well, because you said feral, and it's like, dude, that's
Right.
pretty. 17 is pretty old to do the feral child thing.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think it could work.
Vulnerable.
I don't mean feral by the, like we just dug her out of a spider hole. I mean, and she's hissing. She's
Just has that killer instinct.
she's
like
just
Mowgli.
Yeah.
Like Mowgli.
dangerous.
Right.
She's dangerous. Eric M. Boyd says EVS is sure about pies. Well, you're damn right. Of course. We're watching Mike draw this. Mike is working out the figure of another girl that's too young. Too young.
Way
Yeah.
too young.
Here,
That makes it. If the Britskrieg comics were here, he would have to. He'd have to admit that improved it, but not for me.
Right.
Did you see Kanan White's? Kanan White was doing one yesterday.
Is that right?
Yeah, looked pretty good.
Where's Kanan White?
He was doing a minx.
Yeah.
I think his version had pointed ears.
I
Yes,
think
she did.
I think she had it looked like a leopard coat. She looked a little bit fancy, like nice orange curly hair.
Like Cheetah.
Kanan is always right about everything. Kanan, that's why I've selected Kanan White to draw fearsome, because he's always right about everything. Get Kanan on, says Tippy Tail McKitty. Tippy Tail McKitty, great name by the way. He's right there. He's in the chat. He's always invited. He comes in when he wants to come in. He's one of the people he's just always invited. Not everybody is always invited on this show. Mike Anger is invited on this show tonight. He asked and he got invited on. But not everyone gets on this show. And it does, even though there are hundreds of thousands, Doug.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of people who want to get on this show. Not everyone gets on.
Yeah, I get emails from half of them.
Yeah, I got it.
50,000 emails.
There are some people who don't get on, and they take it very, very personally. Everybody wants to be on this show. Ro will tell you everybody wants to be on this show, and not everybody gets to be on this show, and that's just too bad. I would like to have everybody on this show. I'd like it to be a three-ring circus, and I'd like everyone to succeed. But sometimes it takes a little time to attract my notice. I am usually passed out on the floor under empty pie tins. I'm not always paying attention to what everybody is sending me. I'm not. How could I be? How could I possibly be aware of everything?
What about mushroom pies?
Oh, that sounds good.
Yummy.
That would change everything. Would I become hyper aware at that point of what everybody was saying to me? What do you think?
You mean psychedelic mushroom pies or like a keep?
I mean, psychedelic, since we're going to do mushrooms and we're going to do pies, seems like kill two birds with one stone.
You're drawing some weird stuff there, Ethan.
What?
If you were to draw.
All right, wait a second. I might. Cyberfrog might get really interested.
Cyberfrog may be all like, all distorted and weird. Yeah.
No, you know what happens is you sit there and you look at this blank piece of paper, and then you have your pencil, and you just start scratching away at it, and you're like, oh man, there's a picture under this white stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm scratching away the white stuff, and there's my picture. What is that? And it just keeps growing, and like these weird things happening.
Well, I've never done that. I
think Mike just had some mushroom pie.
Okay, well, I've never done any hallucinogens whatsoever. I've never had mushrooms. I've never taken LSD, but I'm going to tell you something. I feel like I've taken mushrooms and LSD and been hit in the head with a sack of rice when I watch this channel, Channel 0X. Now, we're gonna go through it. These people, a British couple, I swear to God, they're out of a. I don't know where they come. Basically, they sound like Sid Vicious's parents. Like that's how I picture them. I picture them as very British, very middle class, and pissed off. And they are angry because they did an Indiegogo campaign. They assumed because they watched the show. I don't know what they assumed. They assumed that they were just going to get on the show, and I don't know them. I've never heard of them. Until
they're used to getting their way. They're used to getting their way.
They're probably used to getting their way. Yeah, probably used to getting.
I got a question, right?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
If you didn't have a channel, right, and you wasn't around, right?
Yeah.
How would they launch a campaign? Would they still launch a campaign, or would they back out and not do it at all? Because if the
That's a
answer-
good question,
You know what I mean?
and maybe they'll answer that tonight because they just put up another video. They've got 2 new videos chastising me in Cockney, and I am going to we're going to go through those.
Blimey.
Well,
I've never heard English people this angry in my life. Churchill at the peak of World War II never sounded like this couple.
It's Broke Van Skyvel.
Oh, it sucks so bad. It really, really sucks. Hold on a second. Let me take myself off of this there so people okay. Let me read these super chats because as people are learning on Twitter, as non-YouTube users and enjoyers are learning on Twitter, you send me a super chat and I'm going to read it. I know that's shocking, but I'm going to read it. It's a form of respect and it's part of the entertainment of the show. So thank you to everyone who has sent me little super chats here. I will always read your messages. I don't care what they say. Edgar Cruz, yeah, unless they say something like
Yeah,
Hitler.
yeah, not that one.
Yeah, nothing about Jews and give me a break, please. But other than that, yeah, I will read messages that make fun of me and other people on the panel. Edgar Cruz says, invite Nasser, then kick him mid-sentence again. That's a great idea, except for the first part. Go Girify. The UK Mike Anger is Mike Very Cross. TOAOM123 says, can't stay for the chat. Just want to say, stay awesome and safe, guys. #Ribbit. Thank you. Go Girify. Thanks for another $2. Is there a character named Ham in Black Forest? Oh,
Unfortunately, not.
you didn't think about that, did you? The Ball Sacker says mainstream Comicsgate can't make money. EVS hold my beer. That is correct. Fan Advocacy Network, thanks for $1.99. I support Doug like a bra made for a fat chick. That is a fan.
That's my people, man.
Trixie Megan says the Emperor Ethan von Skyver has no clothes. Naked EVS is best EVS, and then blows me a kiss. Thank you, Trixie. GRP Poll says, hail Caesar, hail Mike Anger, Ave Row. So that's cool. Harry Bergeron says, shout out for City of Heroes. My comic video game is based on my City of Heroes characters. Kudos on Battle Maiden Knucklebomb. Bagel Goose says Lynx is clearly a ripoff of Maneaters. Question mark. Maneaters is the book by what's her name? Chelsea Kane. Right or wrong?
No idea.
Never heard.
Yeah, it is.
You need that.
What, you guys don't know?
That gal that reads.
Yeah,
yesterday.
it's Chelsea King.
It's Chelsea.
You need to have a reader. Yeah.
It's not out yet. It comes out on next year. Yeah.
It comes out next year. Yeah, they're mad at her because it's about women. It's about little girls who get superpowers when they start their periods. That's what the book is about. And they're ripping Chelsea Kane up. Chelsea Kane is like a dyed-in-the-wool feminist. Like, she really earned her cred. But they're tearing her up because they're like, what? No transgenders?
Trans erasure.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So poor Chelsea. Chelsea's gonna come over with us pretty soon, and we'll welcome.
I
her
actually
on
just want to
open
defend her. You know, I want to defend her because she should be free to create her own comic without people telling her what to do.
True.
Yeah, but no, you can't do that, Ian.
Apparently
Welcome,
not.
By the way, yeah. I mean,
Thank you.
know, that's not the way things go. I want to welcome Ian. Ian, it's great to have you here. I'm glad you joined us.
Thank you for having me on. As
Journalist
always.
Supreme.
Ian,
How you
Ian
doing?
Miles.
How you guys doing?
very good.
Good. All right. So Fan Advocacy Network says, when will we get a black and white of your Tech Toad comic? I don't know. Go Girify says, first pick looks like She-Ra Lynx. Oh, Mike. The Buzz.
Links.
Hey, Caesar, I'm going to split for a little bit so that there's a spot for Cecil because he was saying he's going to join up.
Oh, all right.
I
We
can
can
leave
go
that.
on.
No
Yeah,
problem.
I'll be on later on or something.
Or-
All right.
All right, you got the link. You
Hail
come back
Caesar.
in whenever you want.
Hail
All right. Well met, Centurion.
Thanks, bro.
Boy, that's a trade down. Row for Cecil.
I know.
Smugglers.
There goes the neighborhood.
The Buzz CJC says, why are you afraid of us, Von Skyver? Darth Bobcat, Ethan Van Skyver, hate pie and never eat it. Michael Rodriguez, ever read the Bear Nuts comic by Allison Acton? It's an old webcomic that took Care Bears and made them naughty and stupid. It's still going and a fun read. That sounds nice. Trencher1375 says, I got Stardust in the mail today. It was good. Sketch Therapy's here. He says 6 figures for Mike. Mi gente, my people, 6 figures for Mike. So, yeah, everybody wants Mike to get to 6 figures. Creepy Little Book. Thanks for $10. Since you'll read it, subscribe to the Creepy Little Book for the best content about the mysterious and unexplained, from Hollow Earth to UFOs, from ghosts to conspiracies. We got it all. Michael Dwayne says LMFAO at the Andens. But if they're not doing performance art, I kind of feel sorry for them. Well, I don't think they are doing performance art. Now, Ian Miles Chung's here. Ian, are you aware of what's going on here with this channel?
I am not. Please fill me in.
Okay, so there's a British couple, and they are, I guess, are fans. They're named the Andens, and they live in London. They're very upset. They started up an Indiegogo campaign because they were big fans of Comicsgate, and then I guess they hit me up a couple times and said, "Hey, can we get on your channel? Make us 6 figures, bitch." And I never did. I didn't respond to them. I didn't. Yeah, and so now they've opened a channel that is nothing but a nonstop hateful crusade against me, and it's really something. Like, it's like the woman sounds like Cruella de Vil.
I want those puppies.
But she makes some good points. So let's listen to this new one, which is called EVS thinks those wanting soy-free comics must come through him. That's not true at all.
Gatekeeper.
No, it's never been true. And here's the thing. All the effort that they're dedicating to tearing you down, I suppose, why can't they just dedicate that to pushing their own comic?
That would be nice. Or just ask me a second or third time. And eventually, you get in here. Their book looks okay. All right, let's check this out here.
My fellow creator and artist Michael Amden isn't here at the moment, so I just thought I'd do a quick vid on my own. Just want to ask you to check out the campaign page, look at Mortal Worlds on Indiegogo, where it's now funding. If you like what you see and you can contribute, that would be great. Anything gratefully received.
At least she's promoting her book this time.
We think is a good book out there to the market for the consumer to read and enjoy. That's it. That's our agenda with it.
Nice start.
And as I said, I said yesterday, the reason
she was angrier yesterday.
To do an Indiegogo campaign was because we kind of started listening to Comicsgate in January. We listened to Ethan Van Sciver's live stream pretty much all the time from March, and we were given the impression that this was a totally supportive community, a community whose only agenda was to get good work out there, period, and let the consumer decide. And to that end, I think every single person that Ethan's had on his live stream has either reached their goal or made enough money to get their books out there.
Hell yes.
As I also said, Ethan completely ignored us. He ignored our overtures. He ignored our request to go on his live stream. Not sure why that is. Anyway, I listened to Ethan's live streams from about 4 days ago this morning. And he had on his usual people, I think Doug Tenay, Antonio.
Shout out to Boy Doug.
People that I haven't met before, I think one of whom is running an Indiegogo campaign.
Yeah.
And all the stuff that I'm going to say could be taken as tongue-in-cheek, I guess. Ethan could be joking. But quite early on in the live stream, he said, I'm raising awareness. I'm raising awareness of Comicsgate and new stuff. And I don't get enough credit, do I?
No.
And then John Malin chipped in and said, yes, Ethan spearheads it. What I expect he means by that is Ethan spearheads the Comicsgate community, spearheads the campaigns. But he's also gatekeeping. He seems to be just overlooking some work with absolutely no reason why. And it is people's responsibilities to promote their own books.
That's right.
But when they're new to the scene, we all need a hand, as so many Comicsgaters have been given, and their campaigns have succeeded.
Now she sounds a lot more rational today. But again, she's saying we all need a hand. We all need a hand.
Yeah, somebody provided that hand for her already, and that was John Malin.
Yeah, that is part of the story here. They actually did show up on John Malin's show late. John did provide them. Somebody's going to let you on. It's not always going to be me. You know, but I mean, somebody from Comicsgate is probably going to take you on and let you come on and get a little promotion. Can't always be me. When I say I'm raising awareness, clearly I'm taking the piss. I mean, that's not a kind of Republican phrase, is it? No, it's not. That's the whole point of that. You know, look, it might have worked. In any case, what she's doing now is definitely raising awareness for her. I mean, this is actually very, very good stuff. She's got kind of around the back way of getting noticed. All right, so let's check this out.
He also talked about how kind and
Oh, by the way, welcome Cecil. Cecil's here.
Hello.
How you doing,
Hey,
Cecil?
Hey, Cecil.
Been a long minute.
Cecil didn't even get to say hello. Everyone stepped all over his hello. Cecil, how are you? Are you drinking tonight?
I am opening a beautiful bottle of Allagash, 16 counties. Nice big bottle of beer. It looks like it's like a pint.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. It's
Yeah.
got a cork.
All right.
It's got a cork in it.
Well, Cecil, yeah, this woman is talking about how I didn't help her. So we are. Oh,
It's official.
Yeah, you're a real gatekeeper. You let her in. Stepping in.
I'm trying to.
Ethan, what is the uncorking fee on Comic Artist Pro Secrets?
That's a great question. What is the uncorking thing? Well, we need a sommelier, is what we need. We need somebody to sniff these books and recommend them to me. Who's willing to do that? I'll put that in the hands of John Malin, I think.
John Malin, yeah, he already did.
You know. All right. Let's see what she's saying here.
merciful and just he is, and still he gets no credit.
Right.
And I guess again he could be talking in tongue in cheek, but from what I've seen of Ethan, I think he changed from kind of Uncle Ethan, somebody you really wanted to listen to in the morning
Caesar
in the UK while you're getting ready to go to work. Someone it was nice to relax to in the evenings. Had some good and interesting points about Comicsgate, and also I liked his Star Wars stuff.
Thanks.
Because I happen to think The Last Jedi sucks as well, so that is something that we agree on.
Yep.
Then, after talking about kind and merciful and just and getting no credit, he went on to some awful thing about clipping hornets and wasps with scissors so you don't make a mess on the window.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with that?
No, listen, this is perfectly reasonable. We're talking about getting rid of hornets that get into your house, and do you smash them against the wall? No. Get a pair of scissors and just cut them in half because they're long and a quick way to kill. You want to kill a hornet, probably.
You do want to kill them, yeah, or they'll kill you.
Yeah. So get a pair of scissors and just cut them in half, and they just fall instantly dead. It's merciful into two pieces, and there's no mess. There's no mess.
All right.
Aaron Cook, thanks for $10, by the way. My contribution to the Getting Nasser a Lot Lizard Fund, preferably post-washing her coochie with a puddle of rainwater, diesel piss, and stale coffee. Whoa. Lot lizards. We did talk about those. I really hope that that doesn't get clipped out, or I hope the discussion that we had about lot lizards last week doesn't turn up in one of these Channel 0X videos, but it probably will.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think it's interesting that I was Uncle Ethan, and then suddenly I changed when I didn't have her on my show.
You're Ethan who cuts wasps in half
with scissors. Yeah.
Again, like I was saying earlier to you, EVS is, a lot of us going to launch a campaign, right? At least a lot of people plan to. You got to ask yourself the question before you launch: if EVS wasn't around, would you still be doing what you're planning to do? Simple as that.
Good question.
Yeah.
If the answer is no, then all they're trying to do is, ride off your coattails.
Right.
Yeah, and will they be nice to you even if you don't invite them on the campaign? Is this
Clearly
just,
not?
It's like paying a whore. Is that all you're doing? It's like paying. Are you paying for love? And as soon as he, if he doesn't put out, then you suck.
Yep.
And I'm going to work against you,
Doug. So, like you say it like it's a bad thing.
Well,
yeah. By the way, I want to point this in half. I want to point this out. I started out cutting Rose Tico's dollies in half with scissors, and then she just found the next step towards serial killer. That's when I started cutting living things in half with scissors. Now, SJWs have been trying to put that together for a little while. They've been saying, he started out cutting Rose Tico in half. Then comes the animals. I said, I've never cut animals in half with scissors. Wrong. Lie. I did. Wasps and hornets.
Yep.
Honed.
They had
I'm
you.
in trouble.
It's actually more merciful to cut them in half than it is to stomp them, because when you stomp them, they're still alive, right? Their thorax is really, really thick. So
Yeah.
they're
If
going
I
to be
was
alive.
a wasp, if I was a hornet, I'd want someone to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're doing them a favor.
You are.
You would? Like, you would be in pain just simply being a hornet?
Oh, it'd be terrible. What a terrible life. Please kill me.
Yeah.
They're yelling that to the universe.
You're an angel of mercy armed with scissors.
Doug, I promise you, if you ever turn into a hornet, I'll smash you.
Thank you, brother. I know you do that for me. It's
Well,
like a
hornets-
zombie movie. If you
hornets
get
are-
bit by a zombie, it's like, kill me, bro. I can always count on Cecil. He'll put one in the head.
Well, hornets are jerks. I mean, did you
Yeah.
see the video of the 30 hornets killing 30,000 bees by themselves?
Oh yes, I saw that.
No.
Nasty.
I
Did you
can't
know
see
that hornets can become zombies.
They can?
What?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. Like
that's crazy.
they get infected with the
T-virus?
not the T-virus. No, it's a fungus, right? It's a fungus that infects insects, and they
I
can
thought
be.
that was only ants.
Yeah,
No,
those ants.
them too. Pretty sure
snails.
hornets can as well. Yeah.
I don't think Doug would be the fly, though, because flies always wash their hands. So I don't think he'd ever.
Oh, so now you're saying a fly's hands are cleaner than mine? If you see a fly,
What
you're
do you
walking
mean?
all
What do
over
you
your
mean?
food.
Well, the flies puke all over their food first, and then
And then they suck it up.
Yeah, that's kind of Dougish.
No, I
What
don't
do
do
you
that.
mean the Jeff Goldblum fly that throws up all over the place?
The custom songmaker says, "Do you know who else likes frogs? Stalin. Owned. You're exactly right. All right, let's get back to this woman here.
Then why is everything my job? I don't know, Ethan. I don't know what's happened to you.
Yeah.
And you also said, I'm the God Emperor, Ethan Van Skyver. Well, why should people pick on each other in a community? Why should people resort to ad hominems? We can disagree about the quality of the work that's been promoted. We can all disagree about whether some books are as good as others. We can disagree and we can debate. And we can put our dollars or pounds wherever we want them. That's a free market economy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to be what's happening here.
Why not?
He picks on you, Ethan, but it's time that I think that your real motivations are questioned. Because as long as Cyberfrog's right up there at the head of the pantheon, all's well in the world, isn't it? Everybody else, I think Malin is six figures. Zach, absolutely deservedly so, made 300 or 400.
She loves Zach. She points out, she's like, diversity in comics, Zach is free from all of this criticism because he doesn't do live streams. Like, he just doesn't do live streams anymore, you know? And he's talked about it. He's like, I'm not doing any live streams.
It's easy to be immoral when you live in a bunker.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think Zach would have her on either, honestly. I don't, because Zach has trouble with people, but you know, yeah, she's quick to just point out this is not oh my God forbid, but yeah, he doesn't do that. He's not, you know, but she's always quick to say
here to make money.
Yeah. What is my ultimate goal here? She's going to talk about what my ultimate goal is, and what could it be?
World domination.
Rule the world.
Is it rule? My Comicsgate scam is perfectly balanced.
Ave Kaiser.
Wow. God Emperor. My God. All right, let's go.
Or 500,000.
Yeah.
For his book, Jawbreakers, absolutely deserved. I think we'll be buying it. Well, we have bought it.
Sniff.
And then we had a bit of joking and laughing because NASA, I think, is a bit the kicking boy of Comicsgate. It's an in-joke. And NASA came on, and I think Ethan said something like, can you imagine the Comicsgaters trying to get on? There could be really talented creators out there who are about to lose their house. Not us, by the way. Mike's a really talented creator, but we're not in.
They don't need help.
Well, right. I mean, interesting. Yeah. So, you know, I'm saying, yeah, I'm trying to help people
what did she say about me?
I don't know, not you, Mike, her husband.
Her husband, yeah.
Her husband who draws the book. You know, she's saying, you know, we could really. Part of the thing that I've been saying about comics.
That's not your wife, Mike, is it?
Thank God.
Me?
Yeah, that would be tough. But part of the thing that we've been saying about Comicsgate is that it really does help people who are in need. I mean, you know, it's a chance. It really is a chance for people to turn their lives around and to begin their careers or to restart their careers. It's a big deal. And that's something I'm proud of. And I don't know why she brings Nasser up. I guess we're going to find out more about that in a second. But it's kind of like, hey, we don't need the help anyway. Well, then what are you doing? You know, it's like, what are you doing? Like, if you don't need the help, if you're wealthy and you're well off, why are you crowdfunding a comic book? Why are you busting my balls?
Balls.
about not having you on the show? What exactly is going on here? What was the point of pride in saying that you don't even need me?
They're taking up a slot from someone else who desperately needs it.
That's correct.
Was she going to come on today?
No.
Oh, get her on. She seems like a real treat.
I agree.
I have invited them since. I haven't heard from them. I mean, since they said they sent me a message that said we're coming, and I said, well, that's nice, and that meant that they're going to be attacking me with videos every single day. And I said, well, you guys are welcome to come on the show now that you're interesting, and now they've not responded. So,
oh boy,
you know, I don't know. All right, let's keep going. We're not almost done. We're out 4 minutes to go.
But
We're
it's
just starting.
another thing, and NASA's taking up your spot. It seems to be a constant kind of joking and laughing about what people want to do with their lives. I mean, like comic books, getting out to the market.
Mm-hmm.
I think all this tongue-in-cheek stuff about I'm the God Emperor, nobody picks on me. Yeah, we can. I'm sure most of the 9,000 people who watched that video thought, yeah, it's just Uncle Ethan joking. But when you're looking at it from the other side, is it?
Mm-hmm.
He then went on to talk about his greatness and his expressiveness.
Now look,
she's making some salient points.
Yeah, she's got me on this thing. The whole.
All right, go ahead.
From the other side.
Hit me. What is the other side of
Well,
sanity?
you could see your Lenin and Marx influence, John and Groucho, respectively.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look. First of all, when I say nobody picks, I don't remember saying nobody picks on me. I think everybody picks on me. Wrong or right?
Yeah, no, everybody makes fun of your fat belly and tits, even your bald head.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
Wow.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
I hear it all the time.
No. Oh, well.
About you, Ethan.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no.
About me. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Johnny Torch says she got EVS dead to rights. Dead to rights here. Absolutely. And yes, it is always Nasser's fault, as Matt Hayes 2000 says. Nasser is taking up someone's spot. I kind of agree. The altar of Kez says EVS is extremely easy to pick on. And everyone's calling Cecil savage now for being mean to me.
No.
No?
He thinks he's a god emperor.
Boy, see how quick that turned? Ethan snapped his finger and there goes Cecil. He knows.
Much better, yeah.
Just like a god emperor would.
When you see it from the other side, which is Pluto, it looks quite different.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. God damn, this is
What's
awful.
so great about talking about clipping hornets and wasps so you don't make a mess on your window?
I think it's great.
What's so great about just in-joking and laughing and backslapping with your cronies? What's so great about I spearhead Comicsgate when you are clearly ignoring people?
What's so funny about
you are clearly deciding?
Hold on, Cecil. Yeah, what? Cecil?
Pauses to take a drink.
I said, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Tell me, what's so great about that?
Who succeeds and who doesn't? Because the way Comicsgate is, it appears that you have to get on your live stream to succeed.
Oh.
Now, that doesn't really sit with the free market stuff for me. There should be many avenues of ways to reach the community. And to have help, just like we said, to help other people. Because that's what community does.
Well, I mean,
Goodness.
What do you think of that?
They seem to think that you're the only.
The power.
They seem to think that you're the only live stream that talks about comics.
But it's not even that. I mean, like, it just frustrates me because my first campaign I failed, and you didn't see me making a video blaming EVS for my failure. You understand? I took a step back and I said I'm gonna try again until I can make it, or I just give up. You know?
Well, I mean, it's like you said earlier. You have to start your, when you're putting together your campaign, you want to put up a comic book. You said that can this succeed without EVS's help? And that's like, you have to rely on the merit of your comic first and foremost.
Yep.
Right.
Critias, I think you're echoing, by the way. If you could put on headphones, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I got it on. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it's gone now. Yeah, so you could go on Mike S. Miller's show.
There's 400,000 shows they could go on.
I'm not going on that shit. I want to get on EVS.
I would only the best. Only the best for my comics.
What you want? You want me to go to that umbrella guy? No. This is the free market. I want it, and I want it now.
I don't want
umbrella guy's beneath me.
I don't want Cecil.
She's like Veruca Salt when she grew up.
I want it now, Daddy.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
I want an Oompa Loompa.
Well, you know, all right, let's keep.
It helps each other. It doesn't completely ignore somebody and get everybody else to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what your problem is with our work, Ethan, but I check Indiegogo and Indiecron regularly. I'm not here to, as I say, indulge in ad hominems, nor am I here to talk about the quality or not quality of anybody else's work. That is a very personal thing. However, I think objectively, as I said before, the American consumer is not stupid, far from it.
Well,
I wonder if the American consumer in large numbers were to actually get to see Mortal Worlds and what it's about, how many of them would be putting their hands in their pockets? How many do you think? And then he went on to discuss Chuck Wendig.
Don't judge the
Wendig. I don't know who that is.
Went on to discuss Chuck Wendig. Oh. Yeah, well, she's absolutely right. You know, if people did see her comic, maybe more people would want to buy it. So,
yeah. So ranting about you?
No,
I just failed to see how that's my responsibility. I really do. That's the one thing that I'm missing in this. I don't understand why I am obligated to put this person on my show. I don't understand why her. What is that?
The hell is that? Someone playing with a microphone?
Yeah. I fail to see why it's my responsibility to. Why her failure is my responsibility. But I mean, you know, the last the last video that she said, she's like, well, we went and did this thinking that you were going to help us. I mean, imagine that.
Wow.
Like, she saw my show on YouTube, and so she went ahead and did something thinking that she was going to be able to get on this show.
She said, oh, snap, jackpot. You know?
Wow.
I see it.
Wow.
I mean, if that was the plan of action, you would at least think that she would have maybe contacted you ahead of time.
Right.
Yeah. It would be nice, you know. Well, I mean, they did try to, but I mean, so did like literally 100 other people. I can't, you know. I don't look at everyone's Indiegogo. You're lucky if you get on the show. It's just a matter of luck. It's just a matter of I feel like putting this person on.
Also, I'm 90% sure that that's Daisy Ridley.
All right, hold on. We got
breaking your balls.
2 minutes 20 seconds left to go. All right, let's with this.
There seemed to be, I don't know whether those points were valid or not valid. I got about 40 minutes into the live stream, and then I thought, no, you've actually got other things to do with your life, haven't you? You don't really need to be sitting listening to the God Emperor bigging himself up and all his proud.
Good advice.
While gatekeeping other people out of the way. I'm not even addressing it. Not addressing the question. Because if there isn't a problem, Ethan, why aren't you saying? Why aren't you saying, no, I'm not supporting Mortal Worlds because it's not good enough? Because bluntly, I don't think you can say that. Yeah. I think when we look at Indiegogo and Indiecron, and there are some high quality stuff there, there's a lot of stuff there. I don't think you could single Mortal Worlds out and say, oh, that's really badly executed. That's not good enough. I'll just make that decision for the consumer by making sure they get no publicity. Anyway, I think that's it for now. Mike and I will do a couple more videos later about Mortal Worlds.
Wow.
As I say, check it out. If you do
does this count as publicity, by the way?
This does get past the gatekeeper, then check it out. Have a look for yourself. See what you think. Feedback to us. We don't mind any.
You know, she's very canny. She's going for the market. Like, she's going for the market that really, really loves Comicsgate, but really, really hates me.
Yeah.
That's a big market out there. Big market. The little market that, you know, it's like, well, I'm Comicsgate, so we're basically excluding all of mainstream comics and their support. but Ethan Van Sciver and all of his friends. And so whatever's left, come check us out. Doesn't seem like
she's talking like there's a contract between you two, like there was an agreement in advance that you were supposed to do X, Y, and Z for them, and that you somehow broke the contract, and that it just is. It's kind of paranoid. She's just making all this stuff up. There was none of these things ever really existed except for in their heads.
Yeah, Ethan, you're getting like at the level of fame where you're getting like psychotic people who think that when you're talking directly to her.
Yeah, like the stalkers who thought Britney Spears wanted to marry them or whatever.
Yeah. Ethan, I wouldn't have started this damn comic book business if I knew you weren't going to promote me. We had an arrangement, didn't we?
Yeah, right.
It was a gentleman's arrangement. It was a handshake deal.
Man, this frustrates the hell out of me. You don't know, like.
It is frustrating.
Why does it frustrate you?
So entitled.
Because, like, when I did my campaign, I wasn't expecting for anybody to give me a helping hand. I was supposed to just go and chat, get to know everybody, promote, and do super chats, and that's it. And then I met you on Mike's channel, and you invited me on, and it worked out. But it assessment because my first campaign, it literally failed. I only made like $900. And what I did was I took the money and I put it to more artwork towards my next campaign. I said to myself, I got to develop a strategy. I'm going to come back. I'm going to get network to everybody in the chat and just try to build my audience from there, And she's over here saying like she's entitled to be on your show. Like everybody's entitled to be. And I don't agree with it. I don't believe it. I don't believe in gatekeeping. I don't believe in that term. It doesn't exist in Comicsgate. Once you say your Comicsgate, you got to find your own way, pave your own way. You made this channel on your own hardships, and they're trying to piggyback right on that. And I don't agree with it. I hate it.
Everybody who's on this show right now Cecil, how many subscribers do you have at this point on your channel?
I have 5,200, Ethan.
Now I love the new Cecil accent. I love it. Great. Yeah, everyone who's on this show is working towards attaining their own platform. And I don't say it enough, but I should say it. I want everybody in the chat, obviously, to subscribe to the people on this panel and pay attention to their work and follow them and see what they've got going on.
Ethan, everyone knows I am expecting 100% support for Cash Grab.
Well, are you going to give me
Cecil, I will say this, like we actually do have kind of an agreement about that. So because you've earned it. And so absolutely.
I have been sending you telepathic messages for the last few months and I'm glad you've been getting them.
What are you so afraid of, Ethan? Well, no, Cecil, I of course I will support Cash Grab. Of course I will. It's like I think that you've earned it through hard work. Yes. And this audience loves you. This audience knows you and loves you and wants to see more of you and hear from you. And so, in a very real sense, you are entitled. You are actually entitled to that because, and by the way, it also benefits me to have you on this show. You make my show better. I don't see how. Well, right now, this kind of makes my show better, even though she's a lot more sober than yesterday. All right, one more minute. Let's power through it. Ready? Go.
We like to hear. We don't need detailed critiques, as I said the other day when we go on as guests onto someone's show. But yeah, a bit of feedback that would be really helpful, and nice, and we'd be really glad to get it. Anyway,
very upset at Manly
later with Mike. Have a good afternoon or evening, whichever time zone you're in, and stay safe. And check out the channel 0X. We're very new. We're just starting out. And I also think before I go that Ethan has mentioned about people can't come from nowhere and they have to have their own YouTube channels and build their own following. Well, not so. Not with some of the people you've had on your show. I don't think some of them had any kind of real social media profile, maybe Twitter, but certainly not regular channels that were well known.
No, she only cares about clout.
There's a bit of rule bending or remaking the rules for some, and other people get different rules. Anyway, stay safe, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Okay. Criticism.
She's a clout chaser. She's a clout chaser.
She's a clout chaser?
Yeah, she's a clout chaser.
Yeah,
she's one of those people.
Mostly mad about RT Bear. I think that
Yeah, it's I have no credibility. Like I don't have 35 years invested, at Marvel and DC. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I have done nothing to earn this spot here. All I do is kiss Ethan's butt and everybody else's to get my way in here. And by the way, I hope that check Ethan clears because
I do too.
Yeah, because it was a lot. It was a lot of money.
Well, that,
Thank you so
I'm
much.
glad you recognize the thought, and off you go. Goodbye now.
Okay.
Clear a spot for me.
You're excused.
She just put up another video.
Just now?
Another one.
Oh,
yeah.
goodness.
man.
Oh, my days.
I like how she won't watch your videos, and we've watched hers all the way through.
This is 21 minutes and 34 seconds.
Hello.
Go, go,
You can't
go.
do this. You can't.
Go. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
No, please.
Only if it's good, though. If she has some pace to it, and maybe she brought her husband on.
Her husband's great. When the husband comes on and it's a tag team, it's really, really funny. It's like, why are you so afraid of us, Ethan Van Sciver? I love that shit. Absolutely love it. And then
I'm glad he comes back because I thought maybe he was dead because he hasn't been in a couple of those.
Well, I don't know that he's back. He might be in this one.
Ethan, don't make me let Michael out of his cuck cage because he'll fucking chew your ear off.
Oh, I mean,
His
it's
toxic masculinity is scaring me.
Their channel's doing real good now. Like they've got 103 subscribers. The video from yesterday about communism has 617 views now. And how EVS killed Comicsgate is at 577 views. So they're doing really, really well.
They're picking up, yeah.
Well, since you started promoting them yesterday.
Yeah.
I subscribed.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
A freak show. I can't miss it.
All right. Do we want to do this again? Seriously?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I mean, is this too self-concerned? The thing that I like about it is they mention you guys and bust on some of you too. It's like,
yeah, my little
just
ego went up that I made it on their radar. That thrilled me.
Ethan, can I just say one thing?
Yes.
2 years ago, I was a cop.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm out on disability. Now I'm doing this. I'm working my ass off. I started out doing cash grab fan art. Now I'm making my own comic.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I mean,
thank you for your service, first of all. Not the police work, but the fan art for.
I'm just saying. I've been working my ass off trying to do this to get now I'm on your show. I mean, it's great. But
well, we're happy that you're here. I mean, and you are working really hard, obviously, and we hope that you make it. Let me read some of these super chats before that Kyung Lee says Nick D. Nick smiley face, not a D. Kyung Lee, your video today was awesome. Very humble. You're a good man, sir. I backed BMKB today. All on the panel. Stay strong.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Had
you.
to be said.
We'll try. Yeah, we'll try to stay strong through this Britskrieg. This is the Britskrieg, by the way. The British people attacking us, strafing us at every turn. Really, they're having an effect on my self-esteem.
The War of 1812.
They really are, yeah. There's a $9.99 message retracted. Well, thanks for the donation. Elise Miller, thanks for $4.99. You should invite Josh Howard on. He created Dead at 17. He has an Indiegogo for T-Bird and Throttle that looks amazing. Well, I've heard about that. Yeah, I'll probably get around to him next week. I mean, it takes a while. I want to get into Mike Anger a little bit here. I want to help Kyung, and also Jay Ishiro from yesterday is really good. Let me give these guys a little time to get caught up. Aaron Cook, thanks for $10. My contribution to the Getting Nasser a Lot Lizard Fund. Okay, I read that one. Vince Garrett, Ethan's been scolded by Mrs. Barrett from Downton Abbey. That's what it sounds like a little bit. Gojirify says EVS is the Wasp. Michael McLaughlin says, when did Sargon of Akkad fully transition? I don't know. Okay. Custom Songmaker. I just got it. He was okay. Custom Songmaker. Do you know who else likes frogs? Stalin. K. Brady says the plan: destroy Zach, maximize profits. I've been working on destroying Zach. CMYK Comics says from Uncle Ethan to Caesar to the Caesar the Cleaver. Hashtag RIP Wasps. Gojirify says, someone needs to dance with this man's wife. Mark C says, oh my God, Cecil would absolutely take over the voice of Winnie the Pooh from Jim Cummings. You want to try that, Cecil?
I haven't seen the movie.
Huh. Yeah, I
Jim
think you could-
Cummings does his voice in any iteration of Pooh. He does Pooh.
Yep.
and Tigger.
That's it, Pooh.
Fine Republican man, by the way. Jim
Is that
Cummings.
right?
Yeah.
Joe Marone says she's your responsibility, EVS, because altruism, pure altruism. Sarcasm off. Custom song maker, technically she's right. Her video had to get on your channel before anyone saw it. Why should you and 80,000 people have more to say than her? I never thought of it that way, but you're so right. Sketch therapy, how are you, my friend? I don't fund SJWs, whether they know they're SJWs or not. A stripper named Trixie said, Comicsgate is not entitlement. Pick up an oar and row. Kiss to my God Emperor. Thank you, Trixie the stripper. And John Malin came up with that whole analogy. John Malin is part of pick up an oar and row, not a whore and row, an oar, like a boat. John Malin, not one of this woman's favorite people, though, so I'm not sure that that's going to get through to her. Aaron Cook, Jeffrey Dahmer was eating Five Guys before it was a restaurant. Warren JB, don't go after the UK. Don't go after the UK in the chat just because these two goofballs went after EVS. Warren, I love, and everyone in here loves the UK. So I mean,
especially the cuisine.
Yeah, the music for me, Beautiful South. I love Manic Street Preachers, Depeche Mode, yeah, of course, Erasure. Justin Mabe, thanks for $10. All hail God Emperor Caesar Van Sciver. The Buzz CGC says 1776 will commence again. Kaz 5166 says her voice is the death of joy. Gark 777 says they need to be villains and cash grab. Gojirify says Mundane Matt has offered to strike their channel. That'd be nice. Thank you. He could redeem himself. Drew Turnbull says I have zero respect for people that wait for things to happen. Like, how do you even live like that? CD says Ethan has to go on their stream, then go full Ricada Law rage mode, or accuse them of being Box Day bots. Two effective strategies. Bearded Doog, my normie 15-year-old daughter saw my copy of Black and Red and loved it. Then I gave it to her, and she was the happiest I've seen in a long time. Worth every one of the many pennies I've spent on Comicsgate. Nice. Hey, that's great. That's fantastic, and that book looks good too. Elise Miller, thanks for pronouncing my name right. Oh, nice. Ben West. You should only read $10 super chats and up. Cheapos don't have anything to say. Well, that's not the way it works. But that's funny. All right, let's get back to. I guess we're gonna.
Is Elliot in the chat?
Is Elliot in the chat?
Is he here?
Yeah.
No,
I thought he was. No.
I heard him.
Nope.
Oh.
Okay, hang on. I'll be right back. Guys, can you talk for 2 minutes while I open up a soda?
Oh, God forbid that God Emperor leaves for a moment. Would be lost without you.
Yeah, 2 minutes of silent, like when we left.
However will we get along without you? Can you believe the ego on this man?
Yeah, you sound like Winnie the Pooh when you speak like that.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's poo.
Oh, beautiful. That's great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome.
Is he gone? Can we talk about him?
Yeah. Let it rip, Cecil. Tell us.
Ethan, are you there?
Okay. No. Okay. All right, let's do this. Shh, don't upset your God Emperor, Ethan. They're really upset about the God Emperor thing. That's what happens when you're not an American and you don't get that joke. All right, here we go.
Hey guys, this is Caroline Anden, co-creator of Mortal Worlds, currently running and funding on Indiegogo, together with the artist and co-writer Michael Anden.
Oh, good.
Hi, everybody.
Yes.
I'm doing okay.
Mike is still alive. Thank God.
If you like the videos, and please do subscribe. And on that subject, we got quite a lot of new subscribers yesterday.
Yes,
and
you did.
Views for our videos. To all of you people, thank you and welcome. I hope we'll be welcoming a lot more people as
You're
we go
welcome.
They're completely oblivious to why.
Comments tomorrow.
Everyone unsubscribe.
We haven't had time to do just like a lot of you guys, but we will be responding to any comments there are and having a look. But welcome one and all.
Yeah, looking forward to that. And we'd like to talk about the God Emperor.
Oh, you're kidding, for a change.
Lord of Comicsgate, Ethan Van Sciver, once again. We are not endlessly talking about him in future videos, but at the moment it's pretty relevant to the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
We have literally been listening to a never-ending cavalcade from this man about how he feels that nobody ever dares pick on him, that he is.
Did I ever
so-
say that? Let me
Never,
pause for a second.
never.
That's not my attitude. I don't know if I said that in fun, but it doesn't strike me as something funny that I would say.
No.
That nobody ever picks on me. It's the opposite of that. The joke is that everybody picks on me all the time. What are they talking about?
I think they're a bit loony.
Is that Michael Landon?
Cecil.
All right, let's keep going.
Widely respected by his peers, and that he rather is fond of being flattered by his high council.
Yeah, he
his
did a live
centurions.
stream about 4 days ago that showed that quite clearly. He actually said, as I said in my earlier video, I'm the God Emperor Ethan Van Skyven. No one picks on me. That's interesting.
And he was dead dog serious.
Thinking guys get a sense of humor.
No, I don't.
We totally
Sense of
dug Ethan's sense of humor. We get that there's the self-deprecation, but that's a large part of his appeal. That we all know he's just
We're
kidding
totally
around.
fun people.
But it's
I don't think he is now. I think
Yeah.
it's the principle of the lines that start to get
You start to notice a pattern emerging where nobody actually dares to speak up about it, about him, and he loves it. It seems that he actually doesn't want. He wants yes men surrounding him. He doesn't want.
Yes,
people who will
yes,
bring him
I
up
agree.
on,
Yes,
anything serious.
Now, is that true? I just want yes men around me.
Of course.
Yes, Hail Caesar. Yes.
Who wants to be surrounded by assholes that disagree with them all the time? Seriously.
You got that right.
Just tell me what to answer first, Ethan.
You guys in yes men mode. Well, who wants to be around contradictory a-holes if you don't have to be?
Good one,
some
Uncle
people
E.
have to be.
I always invite Cecil on my show.
You're the best, Ethan.
Cecil busts my balls nonstop. I still love him. Oh my God, Nurkish. Nurkish is the worst.
Yeah,
I like Nurkish most of all.
I go to bed crying after Nurkish comes on. And yet I did invite him to this. I did say, Nurkish, you want to come on tonight? You might be good. And we haven't had you on in a little while. He said, we'll see.
You were in full guard dog mode today. You eliminated anyone that could possibly insult you in even the most mildest of forms, because it would be a crushing blow to your ego. You couldn't handle it. You surround yourself with the Mike Millers, with the Archie Bads, with the Cecils, all the yes men, of course, Ethan.
Yes.
Well, my ego is very fragile. Nobody picks on me. I am the God Emperor. I'm the God Emperor.
Damn right.
I brought you a bowl of oranges. Brought you a bowl of oranges, boss.
Another grape, sir.
Peel my grapes. This is insane. I don't, okay. I honestly, it's weird. It's like, I hope I don't give this impression of myself. This is not who I am.
No, you don't.
I'm just glad somebody
at all.
finally got the guts to say it to you.
This
That's
is what
right.
people say to try to hurt you. They're just trying to, what I mean? They'll say anything.
I did call myself the God Emperor, though. That was last week, and I don't remember why. But
It's
I
an
did
obvious
say-
joke to anyone who follows politics, even remotely, right?
Yeah.
Well, are we still in agreement? Are they putting us on, or are they legit at this point?
I still think if they're legit, they're insane.
Well,
I think they're legit.
Yeah, I think they're
Unfortunately.
legit.
They're-
But
they're legit.
they found the hobby horse. Like at first, it was serious. Like I just want to they're gonna get revenge on me. But also, like this is a good way to get attention. It's a good way to build their channels.
Sure.
Notice.
It's a respectable business model. Just until they stop talking about you, and then what? They're going to start talking about their book, and no one's going to listen anymore because this is good entertainment when they rip on you.
Yeah.
It actually is.
Yeah, but you know what?
Your fans care.
Well, they don't care. Look, I'm at the beginning of a mountain. I'm looking at a video. I've got 21 minutes and 34 seconds of insane British people about to say horrible things about me. I feel like, it's like being on the top of a mountain and about to go down a ski slope of hell. I'm worried about it. I'm worried about what they're going to say. 21 minutes.
Into a crevasse.
It's like Sonny Bono.
Yeah, if you go down, then they don't have a chance, though. Geez, you guys are connected. The only way they're going to succeed is with you.
This is like Ethan. His whole career would be destroyed if Star Wars was ever good. Like he needed Star Wars to be the foil is the audience, and so they're doing the same with you. If you went away, their career would die.
Well, you have to like if there were no bad movies, then what would Mike Nelson do? You know, it's like
That's true. That's
you
true.
know,
Yeah, same thing. Same.
when you're trying to create entertainment that takes the piss out of something, you need that thing to be around. So, yeah, I guess they're going to try to do this. I guess we're going to expect 2 of these a day.
Yeah,
Two of
this
these
is
a day.
Green Goblin and Spider-Man. I've said
That's
it
a
before.
lot.
This is them. We complete each other. You made me. I made you.
That's a lot of content.
It is a lot of content. They are behind though. They're talking about the Wasp thing. They have to catch up to what we're doing.
They're starting to get a
now.
little repetitive, though. They're starting to get a little repetitive. That's why she had to bring Mike in now.
Yeah,
Mike makes her better though. When they were drunk the other day, it was so goddamn funny.
It was,
All right,
it was the best. Yes, I agree.
They're like Sonny and Cher. They're a great couple. They're a great.
I got you, babe.
Yeah, you take them apart and just takes the balance out of the whole thing.
They break into song. I got you, babe.
I gotta get more into I Love Lucy in the morning streams and drive them nuts.
I
I gotta
got
get
you,
really
bro.
boring.
That would do it. That would do it.
Yeah. They're like, well, nobody's even heard of I Love Lucy. What is I Love Lucy? I'm like, they don't have I Love Lucy in England? I don't understand. I thought that was worldwide. I guess not.
They don't?
Why
They-
aren't you,
they don't
why
know
aren't
what
you
it is.
talking more about Benny Hill and the EastEnders?
Yeah, Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Mr. Bane.
You can't play the original song on YouTube, or you will get copyright struck.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Set.
All got to be very light-hearted kind of riposts to anything he says, but anything that could possibly lower his profile in the eyes of his audience, that is kind of immediately slapped down or not tolerated in any kind of way. He's the top dog.
But just to recapitulate for new people who haven't listened, I persuaded Mike into doing an Indiegogo campaign because when Comicsgate came out in
This was her
March,
fault.
well, January, I guess we really started listening to it. We were following it avidly by March, I'd say, including Ethan's live streams, is the principles it espoused were this is an alternative. This is a market where freedom of expression is important, where the values of comics that we've all enjoyed reading for so many years, we can bring that feeling back, combined with new ideas and creativity, existing talent, new creators, all welcome. And we've contacted Ethan several times. We're not doing it anymore because, in business, there's only so much time one can waste. But we reached out to him repeatedly.
What are you doing here?
I'm like an 80-year-old couple. What if
We spent the last 2 years building a Cerebro unit, and Mike has been attached to it for the past 90 days, just sending telepathic messages to Ethan, which I'm sure he's been getting loud and clear, and yet he's ignored us because he's the God Emperor. He's the God Emperor, and he's the
Cerebro over there, not Cerebro. It's
Cerebro.
Cerebro. Cecil.
EVS has Magneto's helmet.
Yeah.
He's pretending he doesn't know us, but he knows us quite intimately. We've telegraphically sent him most of our sex life for the last 2 months.
Jesus. No. Mike S. Miller, how does this strike you?
Sorry, I'm looking up link stuff.
Sorry, I'm moving on.
You're not even paying attention.
No, it's all just freaking.
He's watching British porn.
It's what I was trying to say earlier, but it dawned on me that my mic was muted. Was that if you're going to start an Indiegogo campaign, you can't count on anybody. You can only count on yourself. There's this thing called YouTube where you can go and research how to run a successful crowdfunding campaign. And influencer marketing, which is all that Comicsgate does, right? And that's basically what we're doing is influencer marketing. We're laying all of our eggs in the influencer marketing basket, but there's all kinds of advertising, all kinds of other ways you can get your property out there if you do the freaking legwork. And yeah, it may not be as successful, but man, you can't just jump on a freaking Indiegogo and think, oh Lord Ethan, will you save me now? It's like
that's not how it works.
Preposterous idiocy, and I can't believe they're so dull of mind that they think that they. It frustrates me.
When I said that like Comicsgate is an alternative to the mainstream, I didn't mean that it was just for anybody to you know what I mean? Like I was going to be an alternative to Marvel Comics or anything like that. Like you could just get on and wouldn't have to do anything and just kind of that's a really presumptuous kind of.
You put into work. You put into work, and they want to just ride off your coattails without doing anything.
The entitlement, it's just.
She accused me of being racist against the English, by the way, which I found to be astonishing.
I found it to be justifiable.
Well,
you're mocking the crown with your throne there, Ethan.
That's true. That's true. Well,
Yeah, if you look at Ethan, besides these people who I think are lunatics, a lot of people trying to get into Indiegogo, that is how it looks to them. It's like they just see like 6 figures, even 5 figures means a lot to them to pull in. If I just show up, 15 grand, 20 grand, 50 grand, they see it as the answer to all their problems, even if they don't have a good book. Because a guy with a sucky book who doesn't know how much he sucks thinks he has the same access to that 50 grand as just a total comic book killer. So to them, from their point of view, you can see how in this weird little mind, if they're disconnected from Indiegogo culture and from crowdfunding culture, which we've gotten a crash course in the last 3 months, I think you can see how they could be so wrong into thinking this is the right tack to do, and this is the right strategy. And it's like, but it's like they're thinking like a 13-year-old.
Well, I mean, if you look at what they're trying to do right now, everything that they're focusing on is on the marketing angle, EVS and his channel. But in the end, after all of the marketing is done, everything is going to come down to the merit of their comic. How good is their comic? And they don't seem to be that worried about the quality of their comic. And it's obvious because Malin gave them very valid criticism on how to elevate the quality of their product.
They didn't want that.
They didn't want it.
Art gave my opinion on art. You already know that.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and Ethan, how often do you do a portfolio review at a Comic-Con where the kid didn't want to hear your actual way to improve their comic? They wanted to hear you compliment how good they were. And
that's a great point, Doug. That's
and you see that sunken face on them as you start telling them the truth. I've had girls just go home crying after I gave them just the smallest.
You've had girls go home crying.
That was
after
from
you
the
gave them
girl.
the smallest.
I'm like, oh no, you're not crying, are you?
That was from your breath, Douglas.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I shook her hand and it turned into a skeleton.
Ethan, you know what? Douglas has reminded me. Let's find common ground. I felt that his last soliloquy there was unbearable, and I'm sure you did too. And we can build a relationship on that.
Cecil, you're my mortal enemy.
All right, here we go. Let's get back to these people here.
And received deafening silence. I think the only response we got was a 2-word explanation mark to something that we had the courtesy to DM him before we loaded an image.
Has anybody else noticed there seems to be an elephant in the room with all of his promotion streams? We're aware of the live stream that he does.
They're gonna call me fat. I don't know if I can deal with this. I mean, my self-esteem is becoming non-existent. You know, the more I listen to this, it's terrible.
Turn you down.
Let's go. Look at the thumbnail.
The God Emperor feigns it.
Sorry.
All right, let's go.
Thumbnail's the best part.
Promoting a comic, but when he does them, he says he's doing fewer of them now. Interesting, as in accordance apparently with the audience's wishes, but all the same, they do want to see some of this. But what have all these promotion streams all had in common? I think I've noticed there is a pattern which is quite a nerving one if you think about it, because the whole idea of these comics, the art, the storylines, they are going to be subjective as far as the audience are concerned in terms of the quality. Some people will like them more than others. That's fine, and maybe we can see that in terms of how well they do in Indiegogo, we can see what the most popular ones are, but no dissension is actually ever tolerated on these streams about the worth of these works. Everybody is always completely...
Do you mean to say that we're all polite and kind to each other?
How dare we?
Join a
Don't
quarter.
be yelling at each other.
Are you kidding me? Is that...
quite chilling if you think about it.
It
I've
is
noticed the
chilling. It's quite
I've
a.
noticed the patterns, and
You've noticed a pattern of professional respect and kindness, and people
So,
not
brother,
treating
it's
each other like
Pine
shit. It
How
is chilling.
dare they? How dare they?
Wow. So basically what he's trying to say is you know what, I would like to get on there and tell some of these people that they suck. And I'd like to tell them and give them what for, but you know, Ethan doesn't tolerate. No, I don't. I really don't. I don't. Let me just say that I won't tolerate that on my stream. I don't want other panelists to be overtly cruel and rude and critical and disrespectful of the other artists and creators on this stream. I won't have that. I think that's really crass and immature, and it's it doesn't build goodwill. It's not fun. You know, you can say it about me. I guess. But yeah, like talking about the relative worth of the different creators on the stream. I mean, go F yourself. It's crazy. All right, let's keep going.
Goes hard in the paint about how wonderful, how pretty much flawless the work is. The creator may take some ribbing, personal ribbing, as part of the hazing ritual to get them get them a nicer profile in the eyes of the audience. But in terms of the work themselves, they are always praised to the gills.
True.
And I also want to say something that I found incredibly disturbing that I mentioned in one of my videos earlier that I did on my own, a brief 10-minute. I guess most Comicsgaters will have heard of somebody called NASA. Ethan basically said something like, can you imagine the amount of Comicsgaters who are trying to get on my show? Can you basically imagine that there could be talented creators out there who could be losing their house? And you're taking up their spot. I think I want you to work harder, and that's
their spot.
Yeah, I think that there might be a little kind of a sense of there might be a little bit of inferiority complex with NASA in terms of him being.
He's a kid.
He's 20 years old. Perhaps most inexperienced, but
he's a kid laughing all the way to the bank.
Unfortunately, ties in with his need to raise himself in his own estimation.
But he also
he's you guys. He's a little kid. He's 21 years old. Fiends. And yet, you know, me saying, and by the way, and Nasser is a world famous shitlord on this channel, and he, you know, that's his whole thing. He's like, his gimmick is he's very young and precocious and rude suddenly out of the blue.
Yeah.
And you don't expect it because we're all old men and he's this little kid. And he says rude things. That's the joke behind Nasser. That's why people love him or love to hate him.
He's also a real life friend to most of us.
Yeah, we actually talked
real life. Can you imagine being 21 years old and having like 10 pro comic book real life friends to hang with? And you're a peer because your books fully fund at the same level as all the rest of them on your first time out. These people don't get it.
It's mind blowing.
Yeah,
but I mean,
geez.
You know, me saying to Nasser, you know, can you imagine there are people out there that would probably eat your spot and you're here acting like a goof? Yeah, that's correct. But I mean, that, you know, you guys just said that you don't need the spot. You're insisting on the spot. And so me having you in there instead of Nasser is not helping somebody who's about to lose their house, as you've just said. You guys don't need the money. You guys don't need the spot. So why are you?
He does. Yeah.
How do I say this politely? Kick Doug.
Oh.
Well,
It's
actually
also
pretty amazing.
I'm not entitled to people's money because I really, really need it. That's not where money comes from. No. When everyone goes through the skids and I go out pitching and it doesn't guarantee. In fact, if anything, those are the times when almost nothing feels like it can stick. Like you go out and you just pitch to a wall. And that's just part of life. Like you said, Ethan, it is luck to get on the show or to get your thing funded. My thing is, I know when luck does open its door, I want to make sure I'm well prepared, that I've done the very best I can.
Absolutely.
I've done my part when lucky door opens up.
Well, I mean, anyone here can talk about, just as talking about Nasser, anyone here can, you know, talk about how hard Nasser worked.
Yeah.
I mean, he was persistent. He wouldn't stop.
You guys have no idea how many emails he sent me.
Every one of us.
And still sends.
I know
hard
he's
worker.
still sending them to me. Yeah.
You know, it's amazing that they want him to be kicked off so they can be on. I mean, as if you would do that, as if anybody in their right mind would give his space to them. That's disgusting.
Nasser's not going anywhere. Nasser is staying
Yeah,
right
he's staying.
here. Everyone loves Nasser. Nasser is learning how to write. He's selling comics. He's delivering his comics. He's funny and entertaining on the show. He's fun to kick off the show. He's got a good sense of humor. He's a big part of. No, he does. Well, I kicked him off twice yesterday, and it was funny. And everybody sent me notes like, that was great. I love Nasser. I really do. He's old enough to be my kid. I have a 19-year-old son. He's 21. I kind of see him that way, and I'm annoyed. This kind of thing makes me kind of protective of Nasser. Fuck these people.
Little Caesar.
Little Caesar.
Oh, that is good. That's gonna stick.
Oh man.
You're welcome.
That's gonna stick.
All right, let's keep listening. We're 6 minutes in. We got 21 minutes of this whole thing, so we got 15 minutes to go. It doesn't. You guys ask. You guys tell me when you want to stop with these people.
Never.
No, keep going. It's gonna get more interesting.
I find them positively delightful.
They should come on your show though, so you don't have to replay the video. Have them come on live.
I've invited them. No, they're ignoring me now. They just said we're not going to.
You're going to give them an audience of 80,000 people. That's the goal of their YouTube. They should just.
Everyone says that, but the goal of my YouTube is to make entertaining content. Yeah. People say to me all the time, like, "Why are you giving Renfamous attention?" Because I crack on Renfamous and it's funny for Twitter. Of course, I'm giving negative people attention, but it's for my own benefit.
And you love her. And you love her.
I said do it because they got something else they're going to say that's really interesting. I think you should hear.
What? What do you think is coming here?
I saw the video already. I just want you to watch it.
Oh, really? You already watched this?
Yeah.
No spoilers.
Whatever.
I don't want to spoil it.
No spoilers.
All right, everybody, shut your gobs and let them talk.
Such a alluded to the fact. I mean, this isn't a personal attack on Nasser. Good luck to Nasser with whatever he does. Let's make that clear. It's the fact that he knows there are people who want to go on his live stream, and yet he now appears to have he has one or two new people on, but it's kind of all the same crowd. And the reason that this is percolating, and we're going to explore it because it's so important, I think Comicsgate is at a massive crossroads, both in terms of its branding, because as we said before, Gate isn't really an attractive thing long term. Yes, it was relevant when it came out, but this is a business of having fun, having a joke and a laugh, but giving the consumer as wide a choice of things as possible, as wide and varied a choice of books as possible. And we've noticed that our Indiegogo campaign, every single comic above it on Indiecron has been promoted by Ethan, and several people have been on his live streams. And over the last few days, as those of you who listen to our videos will know, we've raised the question of gatekeeping and protectionism. And in a free market where the consumer is respected, or should be, Umbrella Guy spent several months talking about this subject, about the consumer being disrespected in other areas of the industry. Well, I think it's happening here, because I'm not actually sure how many of Ethan's audience know that people are being gate kept. We certainly are. I have spoken to at least 2 other creators who felt the same.
Ma'am, it's my YouTube channel. Of course, there's a gate that I keep. It's like the front door of my house. Ma'am, I don't just let anyone on this channel. I gatekeep 99.9999999% of humanity from coming on my YouTube
channel. And I hate to say it, but that's why they have Brexit. The same reason they let everybody in.
Yeah.
Well, here's the test, Ethan. This is to test their theory, because they don't believe in the principle of you controlling who comes on your show, that you'll invite them to come on your show for an hour to have access to your 80,000 people to completely sell their comic. However, you have to provide the link to a guest spot on the show to your entire audience to allow anyone to come on, and they have to be able to make it within that audience, because they're saying that because by putting them on the show, you will be pushing someone else out just by necessity. So unless you
Yeah.
allow everyone in the world to have free access to your channel, you can't even have them on as a guest. Is the principle that doesn't work.
Well, sometimes Ethan will have just people in the chat come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Very nice of him to do that.
Might I just add that Doug was completely insufferable.
Thank you.
All right, let's keep going. How many people have been gate kept by me? They don't even know that. You guys in the chat don't even know you're being gate kept, but you are. You're not allowed to. You don't have the stream. You can't. The stream.
They're probably coming in the crowd with Guatemala. They're coming this way right now.
I don't want to make that comparison. My God, but yeah.
Sketch therapy crossed the line. Oh, contemporary.
We take the time to build a cerebro for Michael to work on all day, and Ethan sitting out with a headphone hat on, blocking the waves.
All right.
Yes. I'm not going to name them in case they choose to do Indiegogo campaigns again. So I guess I'm wondering what the issue is. I'm not saying that we're better than anybody else on Indiegogo, but I am saying we deserve our place amongst those people. Check it out. I think most people would agree, whether they choose to like the story or not choose to like the story. I think the coloring's whatever. It
What's wrong with
deserves
the
its
colouring?
place there. And I'm wondering if the consumer actually knows about this gatekeeping thing. All those audiences who are spending their hard-earned money on the books are there, but do they know that there's choices that they're not being told about?
I think the audience would be pretty interested to know that there is probably a large swathe of creators who are being ignored for one reason or another. It's probably a good time at the moment to try and play devil's advocate. Let's say, for example, that all of these comics that have been so heavily promoted on Ethan's shows to some degree or other are actually truly fantastic, and that the audience are completely enamored of these products, and they have put their money where their mouths are because they totally believe in the comic. It's not simply about the fact that Ethan has been throwing his weight behind them.
I don't get
that.
More fat jokes. More fat jokes.
His considerable weight.
Custom Songmaker says this is Jason Blum all over again. Socialism has taught them that anything good you build is now public property, and that's 100% all this is about. I wanted to read that one because that is so true. And you know, if you've been watching that, it's like this is a guy who can take $10,000 and spend that money to make a movie that will actually return $200 million, and his success rate is such that, I mean, obviously. It's very impressive. He just did the Halloween movie that I just watched the other night. Big, enormous financial success. Feminists attacked him and said, "You're not hiring any women." Now, apparently he doesn't need to. Apparently he's doing just fine. But no, they see that and they go, you know what? We want to take credit for that success too. We want to get in there. Why aren't you letting us help what you're doing? And he had to apologize to Whammon, which I always like to do. I always like to apologize to Whammon. But yeah,
Whammon.
Whammon.
Believe Whammon.
But it is interesting. It's like, yeah, they see my YouTube channel as a public utility that they're entitled to. Like everyone's entitled to it, and they are too.
I don't
they
think
should
it
be able to come on here and
that people might be looking at their book and not wanting to buy it.
Well,
because I saw the book and it was okay. I mean, it's in the realm. Yeah. It's in the realm. I got to see this book. It's in the realm.
I would have gotten around to it eventually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably. You know,
I was going to buy that book. I was planning to buy it because it was recommended to me by a friend in DM. And after I saw the video last night, I just changed my mind. They don't deserve anything from my pocket.
Well, that's your opinion. You know, I mean, some people are going to look at that and say, that looks good. I want to support that.
Right.
Shut your gob, Critias.
Yeah. And they're right that when you throw your weight behind something, it is significant.
That's the influencer.
I mean, you're an influencer, and it's significant. I've seen it on my campaign. To a point that, like, on that last night, we did the raise for me, and there was just like thousands coming in. I could not have done that by myself.
Unbearable.
So, thank you.
Horrible.
So I'm just saying that that's true, but they can't get around to the idea that won't get in their thick skull, thick inbred skull, is that they do not have a right to your channel. That is not their place.
Yeah.
That is, as soon as they admit that, their whole argument is over.
This isn't even new. This is an argument we've been having for like 4 months. Just the characters are different.
Yeah. Sketch Therapy says, I watch you more than Netflix and Hulu. I'm Comicsgate, but I'm also Fandom Menace. I haven't bought a comic in decades. They ignore our value, your videos, and how you're bringing new customers. Hashtag Ticopath, hashtag Hail Caesar. Thank you, Sketch Therapy. I guess so. I guess
Hey, chat, hit the like button.
It's exhausting. This is. Have you ever just sat there and been flummoxed by someone who is so incredibly wrong?
Yeah.
And they're so. I mean, it's just like you're like, okay, I'm waiting for you to make a valid point.
Yes, I've been on the Doug show.
Yeah, but you haven't. But not as a solo guest. Solo guest will flummox the hell out of you.
Chipmunk says everyone on this panel's goal isn't to get 80K subs; it's to reach 7 billion people. Comics are for everyone. That's the difference between pros and Joes. This isn't happening by accident.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Good comment there. All right, let's keep going with this. We got 12 more minutes.
Yeah. Of course, it's noticeable that a lot of these comics actually perhaps have tried their hand, perhaps on Kickstarter or in other ways, to find an audience and have struggled. But
they should have the right to.
Yeah, but have struggled to find one, and all of a sudden, as soon as Ethan puts his stamp of approval on it, all of a sudden everybody associates it as being like, for it's 1 second it was kind of a knockoff kind of strip mall type of product, like cheap trainers, and all of a sudden, as soon as Ethan says that he's behind it, all of a sudden these are kind of precious Nikes of the highest order, must-have items. All of a sudden, simply because he says so. So
then why don't you accept the fact that I'm the God Emperor?
Seriously, it sounds like you can make a comic gold just by talking about it.
Yeah, why don't you finally just acknowledge, Ethan's pretty good. I don't know why we're busting his balls. I don't know why we're giving him a hard time. Don't know why. All right. Anyway,
you know what's funny? Real quick, it's funny the popularity of anything is usually because of the person promoting it. I mean, Jordans are Jordans because of Michael Jordan. So it like Doug said, your influence does carry weight. I mean, it does.
At the end of the day, really, I kid when I say that because it's not me. It's these fans. These fans look at this. They're not doing this because, listen, I've had books come on here. I've had people come on here with their books.
Yeah.
And they don't do it. They don't make it. And I try as hard as I can to push everyone that comes on here. It's not me. It's these fans. They're discerning. They look at. There's a lot of them. So I mean, you have a bigger shot. You have a better shot of convincing and selling to a higher number of people. But it isn't me. That is absolutely ridiculous. They're not going to buy junk. They're not going to support something that isn't good.
People don't spend money on stuff that they didn't want. You don't have that power.
That also attests to, like you said, it's your fan base. They know what to expect through you because of your quality of work. So, it's like you said, if it's not up to snuff or if it's falling short, man, they let you know by whether they back it or not. So.
Well, this is an entertaining kind of thing, though. People like to tune into this and meet new personalities. It's fun. We all crack on each other. I mean, they talk about the kind of hazing ritual that goes along with being on this show. We figure out something to make fun of about you, and then everyone joins in, and you become a character on the show. That's how you succeed on Comicsgate Live, is you have to have a good sense of humor about yourself and a thick skin, and then also provide a good and interesting product for people to buy, because they want to come on here. They want to say Doug never washes his hands. They want to talk about Cecil drinking. They want to call me fat with and all bald and all the pie eating nonsense. That's how you're connecting with your audience, is when they feel close to you enough to kind of crack on you and have fun with you. When you have an identity that they create for you. Not everyone can do that. I'm not so sure these people could do it, even though we're kind of creating an identity for them now. Maybe
if they came on as your enemy, wouldn't you have them on? If they came on and they played like the foil, like in WWF, like they were your
that's
enemy?
what they're doing now. I mean, this is a ridiculous, Ethan Van Skyver.
How long did it take to say that?
Skyver.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're kind of like a little wrestling duo. They're threatening me, and they're it's like, yeah, like we're gonna meet up in the ring, and Ethan Van Skyve. Well, yeah, but I mean, this is the thing. Again, this is marketing. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna sell any comics this way, but they're gonna get a ton of subscribers on their channel from this with my help, and that's just fine by me. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's keep going.
The product hasn't changed. It's simply the fact that Ethan has put his foot down and said, "You will support this if you are pro Comicsgate, if you are pro."
I don't say that.
No. My Legion, and we will continue to entertain banter as long as you put your money behind anything that we tell you to do, and nobody questions the nature of these comics, the quality of these comics.
Everybody questions what we're doing nonstop. It's an uphill fight. Building Comicsgate is a nonstop uphill fight. We have to establish a safe, profitable, prosperous, and permanent place where we can, do this and create comics and sell comics outside of the mainstream. It is definitely an uphill fight. Everyone is questioning every moment of everything that we do, every aspect of it. That is so disingenuous to say that, like, nobody's questioning them. No, nobody except for everybody. And nor do I ever say, you have to buy this. If we'll keep entertaining you as long as you. No, if you don't buy it, then we're going to kick that dude off and get another dude on. That's more closer to the way things work around here. Or if the dude isn't funny. Sometimes the dude's funny. All right, let's keep going.
Generally seems to, with Ethan, it's almost seems to be that people are afraid of taking the wind out of the sails of the show, out of the good humor and everything else. If somebody says, actually, I don't like this much. Although, interestingly, there actually have been a few sparse protesters, some voices of dissent, who've tried to point out, actually, this isn't all that great. I think they were kind of like, you were overselling this. And Ethan invariably never responds to this. It is like kind of a sacrosanct thing.
If somebody else's book, what do you want me to say? I didn't like this book very much. Well, then I'll have that artist and creator executed for you. What would you want me to say? It's not my, listen, sorry. Don't buy it next time, I guess, would be what I would say to you,
That all of these comics that he chooses to display to us should be seen as they're all holy grails. They are the be and end all.
This is so immature.
Quality. And anybody who says otherwise is kind of like persona non grata, which is kind of ridiculous because
they're like teenagers with larger vocabularies.
They're like 80-year-old teenagers.
Yeah. Yeah, like it is kind of ridiculous. You just said something stupid, and then you said it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. That's not what nobody says any except for Cyberfrog Blood Honey. I don't say anything is the be all end all. I do say Cyberfrog Blood Honey is because it's mine. I have to. It's my job to say that, and everybody else can say that about their own books. I also say it about Doug's Bigfoot Bill. Perfect.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
We got to get through it. Dr. Fantastic says, "I know. We're trying. We're trying. All right, let's go. 10 minutes to go."
And thriving discussion show should be people saying, "Well, I prefer this. I don't like that so much," and people can discuss it. They can say what the pros and cons are. I get it that you want to maintain the energy. And you don't want people to be on a downer on any particular product. Although, of course, we were completely exemplary with that on John Malin's show. We were given highly special treatment, so to say, of the most nefarious kind.
John, I wish John was here right now. I hope he's in the chat. I hope he's hearing this.
No, he's doing his own show.
Oh, he's doing his own show right now?
Yeah.
John was kind enough to have these people on his show.
How dare he?
Now, John...
Nefarious.
Nefarious.
Nefarious John. New name. Nefarious John.
John criticized him. John looked at. Oh my God! John thought he was being helpful. Oh dear! Can you imagine?
I can't take criticism.
No.
No, we
No, they were
appreciated-
insulted. They were
we
deeply.
appreciated his criticism. We took it to heart, and we found him to be a complete cocksucker.
Dang,
Oh my God!
greatness.
John Malin just wanted to help them. John Malin brought him on the show. Here's what this is the problem with all of this. When you're dealing with creative people, you're dealing with a lot of different kinds of egos, and you're dealing with crazy people for the most part.
Yeah.
Everyone's a little bit nutty. Especially on the far left in comics, everyone's a little bit nutty, and so you have to learn. You got to go. Okay, well, how crazy are these people, and in what way, and can I work with them despite that?
Yeah.
Now John is so kind. John is a very kind guy. John thinks everyone is as a professional as he is. So John has these people. He's like, well, they're not professionals yet. They're not really. So I'm going to help them. I'm going to mentor them a little bit. And John invites them on his show. He gets nothing out of this except for the opportunity to have a YouTube show.
And just to disrespect John, they showed up late.
They were late. They were an hour late.
Wow.
John shows up and he criticizes their work. Like, he's like, well, maybe you could do this a little different. Try doing this next time. Deeply insulted. Nefarious. They called it nefarious.
Nefarious.
Surprise, surprise! The God Emperor defends one of his lieutenants.
Lieutenant Malin.
It was funny. They called John one of my lieutenants in one of the other videos, and John Malin was insulted. Like, he was like, I'm not one of your fucking lieutenants. I'm John Malin. I'm General John Malin, 4-star general. It's like, John,
you've been demoted.
John is his own, John's his own great, guy. He's not, they have this idea that Comicsgate is like a hierarchy, and there's some sort of there's a top-down control, kind of command and control. Nothing like that goes on. Nothing like that goes on. God, I love John. Oh my, just still upset about John Malin here. I got to hear more about John Malin getting
I'm
cracked
offended on his behalf.
Yeah, me too. It's terrible.
I don't blame you. It's so bad. Like that. Like,
disgusting.
As the show goes on, it's more and more immature. Like, their behavior, their attitude about things is more and more childish.
John did nothing wrong. He tried to help them. He extended his helping hand, and they spat in it.
Well, that's like your opinion.
Yeah. Jolly good opinion.
All right, let's
the English way.
That though, because at first I thought the guy was just really trying to help, but it was heavily critiqued as opposed to this is what you're selling, this is what the story is.
I've seen critiques before. I've seen a lot of them on YouTube. And,
I'm sure you have.
It wasn't a critique for anybody's interested. I would say so much as just a blatant. Completely hard in the paint, evisceration.
Trying to draw maybe stop.
Malin's a comic assassin.
They don't understand the American way.
Because we can't take the heat. But
the thing is, though, just to jump in, is I'd advise anybody to look at our Twitter account, look at the videos we've made, and see. Basically, I think if you do that, you'll see that we can take criticism gracefully.
No, you can't.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
we're reasonable.
Yeah,
we're balanced.
We want to improve. Yeah.
Yeah, we would never start a whole YouTube channel if we're...
But we want to improve, and anybody who is generally trying to encourage us to do so, in a kind of as a balanced way as they could, because after all, anybody who comes on the show to promote their comic, they're not coming on the show. Certainly we didn't, and I can't imagine anybody else would have stood for it. Nobody comes for their work to be shredded. It's not a roast. These live streams. They are there to say, they are there to say these guys, their principles, exactly what we hold in highest esteem. That the comics are supposed to be about the spirit of adventure and spirit of heroism. They are not about political ideology and trying to get people to usher in an age of treading on eggshells around everybody.
But that is choice. I
Oh.
mean, those books are out there. Of course, consumers can exercise their choice and buy them and read them. That's what's so important.
Yeah.
But
This is what John Malin shall say on his show.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to say what you want in your about freedom. What?
You know why it's easy to say that these guys are full of BS? Because last night John Malin was trying to defend their artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you go put some cheese in your coffee and shut up?
Yeah.
John Malin actually said at the end of my episode, at the end of the episode last night, John Malin is such a good guy that he said, after we were cracking on these two for their silliness, John Malin said, guys, this is a message just to John and Caroline. He said, it's not too late to come back from this. Please delete your channel, delete those videos. Don't go down this road. This is a bad road for you to go down. It's not too late. We can forgive you and forget. The door is always open to my channel, et cetera, et cetera. And I was like, John is such a good guy.
Yeah, that was a big man. That was a big
and I
man.
said, I've got an open door for you too. Out of a 747, 30,000 feet up in the air.
Cheeky bastard.
You guys are dead to me. But I mean, John is like, such a good guy. Such a good guy. And for them to talk about him this way, let me just take a break real quick to point out that we do have we don't have these people's books on in the link in the description, but we do have some of the other cast members here, some of the other people on the panel. Black Forest by Mike Anger. He's a newbie here on the channel.
Yes.
Mike Anger. Black Forest looks like a really cool horror book. It reminds me of I love the drawing style. I love the scratchy kind of creepy gothic drawing style here. It looks cool.
It's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
It really is beautiful.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. And you just sold $100 worth of copies, so congrats to you.
Yes, thanks. I think the trailer is cool. The video that I made.
Yeah. Oh, I can't show it though. I can't show it on this because then the audio doesn't come through.
Yeah, I know.
I'm such a boomer. I don't know how to do this.
I'm saying when people that are going on to the Indiegogo site, I'm such a fucking boomer too, because my daughter already taught me how to do it.
So go. The link is in the description. Go check out Black Forest and click on the video. Watch it. We want you to shop for these books, and if there are any that you think are cool and worth backing, we want you to back them. And I mean, your feedback is always welcome and always taken to heart, despite what these crazy people are saying. Doug to Naples, Bigfoot Bill, I will hear no criticism of, though. I will kill you if you say anything bad about Doug to Naples.
It's immaculate. Doug to Naples art is immaculate.
Absolutely. Great job. Big fan of Doug to Naples.
Thank you, sir.
You're quite welcome.
Go
ahead and make fun of RT Bear's black and white remastered, though, if you'd like to, because he just made $40,594. So he can take it right now. He's got thick skin. I'm sorry, $40,770.
And I'm an old man, and I've been around.
Oh, he's older than everybody.
That's still my favorite moment on this show is when you gave your age. It was like 57 or something. You go, 57? Like, what are you doing getting up and walking around, getting in a wheelchair?
I told him he was a year younger than my dad.
Oh, my gosh. That's horrible. Yeah, well check's in the mail, Ethan, so that's how this works.
57?
You pay Ethan money, and he advertises your books.
Maybe that should be the case for everyone else from now on. And that
on this end of your funding, we talked before you launched.
You can be the Philip DeFranco of the Comicsgate thing.
Yeah, you were a little nervous. How do you feel now?
I feel great. Yesterday was absolutely one of those moments where I'm going to remember it forever. I mean, the support of this industry, the support of you guys. This is
your first
catheter. Yeah, my first catheter. I'm going to be able to afford the good one. You guys told me the one that's lubricated, right? So it doesn't hurt.
The lubricated
titanium.
Yeah, so it doesn't catch on the edge of the urethra. Yeah, when you're.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Jesus. You don't want the barbs, on the edge of your catheter. That's
you don't want to hurt.
Why do they even put those barbs on there?
Oh God!
Pull it out.
So you want to keep it in?
Yeah, Art. Honestly, I've never heard you like this. You could really hear the spring in your walker.
So Black and White Remastered, absolutely. Congratulations on a beautiful and successful campaign. Wonderful. Whoa, Liam's here. $50 from Liam. Weekly super chat for Ethan from Liam. And then it says Row. Thank you so much, Liam. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you. All right, so let's see. We've got that. We've got Lone Star, Heart of the Hero, Mike S. Miller, who is we're pushing Mike S. Miller pretty hard because look at this, Mike. You're getting so close.
So close.
$98,532. You sold a few copies tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you drawing?
Well, I've been going through a few different designs, so I don't know. I'm not happy with anything.
Yeah,
we got to look at these at the end of the show, like towards the end of the show. When the stupid video's over, we got to look at some of these designs and go through them and talk about them as a family and with the chat, And so we'll see.
It's time to cut the dead weight, like the Mike Millers and the people you're trying to drag across.
Cut the dead weight.
Kyung Lee,
Open
Kyung Lee is awesome. Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb, $15,950 right now.
Nice.
Of course, I like to show this piece of art. Just see, this isn't enough. This doesn't sell it for me. I need to see this right here. This sells the book, and damn it, I mean, it really is cool. It's a cool design. I do want to draw her at some point. We need to get out and do variant covers.
Yes.
Yeah.
We definitely need to do variant covers for each other. I mean, at this point, I think that would be pretty cool.
I'm working on one.
Oh yeah.
I opened up some new sketch covers for Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb this afternoon, so those have been going pretty quick.
Oh wow, cool. All right, so where are those? Scroll down. You're sold out of those. You're sold out of your sketch covers.
Yeah,
signed and sketch cover comic. 16 out of 50 claims. $75. You get an individual sketch of Knuckle Bomb. You got to be kidding me. So you're all right. So for $75, you get the comic, and you're going to get a hand-drawn sketch of the main character, Knuckle Bomb.
That's crazy.
Jump on this, guys. He's got 35 more of those left to sell.
That's what I charged for a head sketch, and he's doing the whole thing.
Oh, and you get the comic book though, so it's a good deal.
Good. Yeah.
Good deal. All right, so please be so kind to support all of. Curtis is here. Detective Dead. I gotta pop that in there.
Yeah, I just added a new character sketch inside here.
Can I get a plug in for Kyung? He's going to be on my YouTube channel 10:30 tomorrow morning, PST time.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna talk Knuckle Bomb for an hour or so.
Nice.
Detective Dead by Critias Antonio Malpica here. Wow, 25,500. You guys never let me down. I love this. I brag and say that 25,000 is our benchmark, and it does happen every single time. Detective Dead, Crimson Moon. I got to put this link in the chat.
All right. Hey, Ethan, you can check out the character sketch that I got. It's for one of the characters right there, like right underneath the.
Right underneath.
Yeah, right underneath that right there.
Cinder. Look at Cinder.
Ooh,
that's
very cool.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, he looks hot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He looks
good
hot.
stuff. Very, very good stuff.
And could you check on Mortal Worlds, please?
No, I'm thinking about it, and I went, no, I'm not going to do it. All right. All right. So here we go. Back to the video. Let's get back to this.
Let's say some of you may actually be feeling, well, perhaps if your work hasn't done as well as you hoped, maybe it's just it's sour grapes, and that maybe it's a bit of a sore loser situation.
You have to be able to enter the field of the game to win or lose.
Yeah.
When you're excluded from the game.
Yeah. The idea of sour grapes, for example, is that I think it's this idea of the fox who sees the grapes growing on the tree and he can't reach them. They're too high up. And so he says to himself, well, I never wanted them anyway. They look sour to me.
That's exactly this situation.
Yeah, did they learn their lesson from that parable?
That is, I know they're about to say, well, that's not us because we're not. No, that's exactly the situation. You desperately wanted to get on this show. You couldn't get on this show. And by the way, you would have gotten onto this show. You just needed a little bit more patience. What do you want from me?
No ego.
Patience.
Just a little. Just calm down.
Yeah, calm the fuck down. Calm down.
Eventually, you'll get on the show. God. And I have to get to know everybody. Like, I still don't even know Kyung very well, you know. And I've got Mike Anger in here. I got to form relationships with people and get to know them and kind of sell them so that they can do their own. It's goddamn. Give me a break.
Yo, for real. They're being entitled, and it's so unreasonable. So unreasonable.
But that's what this is. This is the fox walks away from the grapes, going, they were probably sour anyway.
But in our
exactly
case,
what's
Ethan,
going on.
In our case, they were actually sour.
All right, let's go.
And so this is how people who don't get what they want, they justify it, they rationalize it to themselves. Well, it's the grapes' problem, it's the trees' problem, it's not my problem that I wasn't able to get to them.
Which we clearly, sorry to jump in there, which we clearly don't feel, because
she fixes that.
I think we're at a serious crossroads in Comicsgate, as well as the as well as the rebranding thing. The fact that it has itself.
What are they doing?
We have a gatekeeper.
But we also we truly did want to be embraced by the community.
That sounds like
we're saying terrible because we wanted to be in on it. We're saying actually we weren't invited into the community at all. We weren't even part of the game. We weren't even acknowledged in any kind of way. And this is something which I don't think anybody would welcome. Any creator who was told, if you're Comicsgate, if you want actually to produce great comics again that are non-politicized, that are redolent of the great works of the past, but also take things further without trying to preach at people. You're welcome here. This is your family. Welcome aboard. But this is not how things have actually turned out for us in any kind of way. At the very minimum, we would have expected these guys, including Ethan, but not exclusively, to say to us, no thanks, but your work is perhaps not up to par, or maybe your politics are suspect or something.
Look at Indicron. I think that I have to be really, really honest here. And I've looked at this objectively. One of my degrees is in law. I'm trained to weigh evidence. I look through Indicron regularly. And factually, as you say, taste is subjective, but factually, we don't stand out as a really bad comic. You may not like the style, but enough people, including, I believe, an artist who DM'd Ethan or something, and said, you need to check this out. It's awesome. You know, the people who have, who
what are they doing?
Know about,
I don't know. What are they burying a body? What are they doing?
They're moving.
They're moving.
My God, they're
awful. The noise.
It's really it's off-putting. I'm struggling to deal with their obnoxiousness, and then there's also the noise of them wrapping up. I don't know what they're doing. They're wrapping up a dead body in
the kill room
in paper. Yeah. All right. We still got geez, lady, enough. People are like, no, this is a 21-minute, 34-second video screed, and we've still got 5 minutes to go. We're doing it. You guys made me do this. I'm getting a little edgy, Doug.
Yeah, I didn't ask for this.
I'm a little on edge over this. All right, let's. Almost done.
And thank goodness that base is now expanding. You know, we're not here to bury the emperor. We're basically here to say, no, you don't have a right to gatekeep and pick and choose what gets out there, because then
she's pounding.
This is the same. They've said the same thing for 20 minutes. I get it.
EVS could easily say, well, nobody's got the right, certainly you don't have the right to offer me any advice because look where I am. And this is kind of, I think, backwards thinking, because we're going to say to your audience, which comprises of both creators and people with the income to actually buy these comics, among those as well, if you're going to say to them, you've got no right to offer us any feedback, positive or negative, or it can only ever be positive.
But there's a word for that,
that's not a business.
But there's a word for that. It's called totalitarian.
Well, I got news for you. This isn't a business for me. I don't make any money off of this. This isn't my business. I don't make money off of, like, if you can, and maybe I should, and maybe that would solve all of these problems. that would solve all of these problems, because then I wouldn't be, it wouldn't just be a whim. It wouldn't just be like, hey, I kind of like the cut of that person's jib. I'll put them on my show. Maybe I need to take a cut of everyone's Indiegogo, and then we're going to see how quick everybody is to get on my show.
Pay to play.
Yeah, you want to be on the show. The reason why you're not on the show is because I want 2% of your Indiegogo when it ends, and then it'll be perfectly fair, and suddenly nobody will complain, right?
Yeah,
perfectly fair. Well, that's the standard. It's like, this is not my business. This is something I do for fun. It's something I do because I believe in it, but it isn't a business. So the rules of business don't really apply to this, because there's no money in it for me, except for the super chats I'm getting. And thank you so much for them. I appreciate those. But other than that, I don't.
Yeah,
it doesn't benefit me to keep you in or really keep you out. I don't think.
I've got a hole in my pocket.
Dear Liza.
I've got a half in mine.
Yeah, look, if people that say, take a cut, Ethan, I'll go for that. I don't want to do that either. That's awful.
You'd have the most boring rich people in the world on your show, is what would happen.
What makes me happy is seeing people succeed. I don't want any of their money. I really want people to succeed. But don't take advantage of me like this. Don't kick me around like this.
Well, just because you don't get what you want, you don't turn on somebody like that. That's crazy.
Well, they do.
Yeah, well, they do. All right.
It's their business plan. This is their tactic. This is their plan.
I know it is. It's very good. I have to admit. Yeah. People are thinking, the people are playing 4D chess everywhere we go now. It's like
or they're just stupid, and I can't believe they're stupid. So maybe it's a good plan.
Yeah. All right, let's check it out.
People out there.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said there's a lot more stupid people out there than you think.
Well, this is if this is their plan to make it, because they keep talking like they're going to make it in Comicsgate now. They're going like, now that we've insulted all these guys, including people who've had us on their show, so you know what's coming for you if you invite us on your show.
Well, that's what they're saying. Like, that's what's astonishing about this. They're still saying, we believe in Comicsgate, so you're Comicsgate. So that means that, like, the weirdo left-wing fringe players that might hire somebody like you are definitely not going to touch you with a 10-foot pole. And also, we've offended all the biggest players in Comicsgate. So we're not going to help you either, one would think. And I'm not sure where you're going from here. I guess you're just assuming that, well, maybe it will get some attention from... Listen, the people if you're trying to get people who want to listen to videos of people making fun of me or picking on me, if you're looking for that, those people don't spend money. That's the whole purpose of Comicsgate. Those people don't buy comics. They're certainly not going to buy yours. The thing is, like, they're all celebrating. They've got this book called The Incredible Gators or whatever this is on Kickstarter. They're doing a parody book about us, and it's like, the book, they were looking for $1,000 to fund it, and they made $1,030, I think, or something like that.
Oh, congratulations! They funded it.
Yeah, they funded it. Hey, good luck making and shipping the comic book for $1,000. You fools.
Yeah, they crawled over the finish line. The worst way to finish one of these things.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's like $1,000. You can't do it. Just shipping, you're not going to be able to do it. I don't know how many you sold, but.
And the 10% they have to give up to Kickstarter.
Oh,
they made like $700, maybe $600.
Wow.
Yeah. Milton Mumphrey says, just check their channel. They have 22 subs. No, they have not. They have more than that. 105.
They have two channels.
Oh, they have two different channels.
Yeah, I got on their other channel. I'm going, hey, where's these videos at? I was looking for. I was on the wrong channel. Boomer.
They have two channels, 0x channels. No, and I'm sure they're going to have more after today. I want them to get, of course, get some attention. We're playing their video. All right, here we go. Oops.
Informating yourself, Ethan is very fond of accusing other people of living in echo chambers, but I would imagine that...
No, I'm not.
He's fond of
what is he talking about? That's a lie.
Perhaps the ultimate echo chamber.
Or has become so.
Yes,
when it started out, he wasn't like that.
It was great.
By the way, I love echo chambers. I want to hear myself over and over again. Of course I want an echo chamber. I don't blame anybody for wanting to live in an echo chamber right now. You want to listen to other people? Are you kidding me? In this crazed environment?
Don't wash your hands. Hands. Don't wash your hands. Hands.
Echo chambers are for interesting people. I really want to hear myself. I don't want to hear other people, really. Not really. Not these people, you know? For goodness sakes, can you imagine being in a chamber that echoed with them?
God.
Cecil, could you do that? Could you make them echo for me, please? How would that sound?
Hello, low.
Is there anybody out there?
All right, here we go.
At some point, it seems that he decided he knows what's best for everybody, rather than the audience knowing what's best for themselves.
And the audience may not even having the time or whatever to get out there. Anyway, we're going to wrap this one up for now, guys. But the question I want to leave you with, you remember the old adage about the little girl and the emperor with no clothes? Is the God Emperor wearing any clothes?
Yeah, you want to know? I'll turn on my camera right now.
And if he is it 3XL?
All right, we're almost done. Look, she says we're going to wrap this one up, and she says that at 18 minutes and 41 seconds, and the video is 21 seconds, or 21 minutes, 34 seconds. So when she says wrap it up, I feel like she's wrapping up that dead body still. It's still noisy. It's still noisy. All right.
What gets published and what doesn't. He dictates what, and that's a serious thing. That's why so far our videos have been serious. You can't back away from something that starts out as one thing and then appears to become, as I say, a closed shop, completely anti-free enterprise, free market, free choice, the self-made person, all American principles, and in other markets around the world as well.
And we invite you to ask EBS, ask yourselves, ask us, can't Ethan do better than this? Wasn't what he was proposing to do with Comicsgate going to be so much more than that? Wasn't it supposed to be that we're gonna give comics a real jump start? We're gonna get it back into the stratosphere. We're gonna give it back to the people where it belongs. And instead he's chosen to try and take some of the wind out of the sails of the big three, which is fine, but only for his own edification. It's for himself, for his own pleasure.
So it seems.
Yeah. And
so the evidence suggests.
And it's for his own financial reward at the cost of the customer's choice, which is kind of like rule 101 is the customer is always right.
Ethan, how did you keep them off of Indiegogo? I didn't know you had that kind of power.
Yeah. Can I do better?
No.
Can you imagine, like, listen to this and just thank God that you don't have any real power. I mean, because these people think I have power. Imagine being the president of the United States and having to listen to bullshit like this, but on like a much grander scale. But the same kind of just backwards gaslighting bullshit of just arrogance and self, concern, and all. I mean, just imagine that, and you've got to constantly just go, "What the fuck?" Like,
they're crazy. These
people are
crazy.
Are honestly nearly as insufferable as Doug.
Oh, oh
my goodness.
I don't mean to be that harsh to them. I take that back. I'm sorry.
Well, you said nearly. Yeah.
He doesn't want to start World War III with England over there.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. Let's get through this.
Favorite. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap this one up. As I say, we will be expanding, but this principle is so critical, I think. Comicsgate is going to come to a crossroads. And I've said before, if this market doesn't expand, if it doesn't offer more choice, then I don't see how it can succeed long term. And that would be a terrible, terrible shame and a terrible loss to the industry. And all those
There's like 50 bucks on Indiecrime.
That this industry is worth pushing back into the stratosphere. All those people will be disappointed.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to follow up this with another video very soon.
Oh, God.
Thanks so much for joining
There's
us.
probably not enough right now.
Another
one. Comment, say
Please
anything you like. We'll be getting back to you very shortly. We're going to be delighted to hear anything you have to say.
Oh, really?
We're going to catch you very soon.
Before we go, please check out the Mortal Worlds campaign. Have a look on Indiegogo.
At least they're doing that
See
now.
if you like it, and if you do, and you feel you can contribute, we'd be very, very happy.
Contribute.
What's a contribute?
What's that, Carolyn? I haven't heard of that.
Oh, well, you
It's
wouldn't
like
have done,
some
would
sort
you?
of, it must be some sort of a secret
No,
that
you
we haven't
wouldn't
been
have heard
privy
of
to.
it because it's an Indiegogo campaign that's been literally shrouded in secrecy and not promoted.
Yeah, I think you're just making
What
this up.
in the world?
Let's wrap this up before we go.
Anyway, there is Mortal Worlds out there. We're being a bit facetious, but check it out.
They are a
See you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, we did it. We got through.
We got through it.
We got through it.
Really burned 50,000 brain cells, but yeah, we got through it.
I hate the fact that these people keep hammering on and on and on about the free market, but don't they understand that in a free market there's this thing called failure?
Mm-hmm.
They think that somehow you're keeping them out of the free market. They're in the freaking market right now.
Why does this happen? Well, you know what they're doing? I think they're very deliberately. First of all, they're English, and so they're trying to use American words, American phrases. They realize we're kind of all constitutional conservatives. So, well, for the most part, I don't. But they're trying to appeal to us on that level, but they don't understand what those phrases mean.
Yeah,
it is interesting, and. Yeah, like there should be more variety, and it'd be a terrible shame. No, honestly, I'm not so sure. I'm not actually so sure. Even let's just take them at that. Let's just discuss that idea that there needs to be more variety with this fledgling Comicsgate thing. I'm not so sure that's what Stan Lee did in 1961. I'm not so sure that Stan Lee started out. Little Marvel Comics initially, the first year, putting out a little bit of everything with just all these diverse different styles. There was a Marvel House style, and there was a particular little universe that they built slowly, piece by piece. Eventually, they were able to do romance books and things like that, but not initially. It was slow, and it was very quality controlled. It was all overseen by Stan Lee, sure. But it wasn't just like any Joe Schmo could come in off the street and say, hey, I've got some weirdo book. And, why aren't you're keeping me out of the free market? That's just not how it worked. It was a slow build.
Isn't Marvel that we're an entire industry unto ourselves. So each of us is our own Marvel or our own Pop Comics or Atlas or whatever it is. And you know what? A bunch of these things went away. Some of them got gobbled up by other comic book companies. Some of them, didn't. They realized they couldn't do all the other stuff, and so other people who are more profitable and more business oriented, like Stan Lee, would pick up their properties and then merge them in. It was a whole process. We're the spectrum of a new entity in the comic book realm. I don't even know how to phrase it properly. But
and Marvel almost went bankrupt like 6 times. Like they barely hung on.
Yeah, they did go bankrupt in 19.
Yeah, when Disney they bought them for a song.
Go Jerfi's excited. He says, "Another, please do another." There's only one more video that they did, their very first one, and it is insane. It is batshit insane, and I don't think you guys want to hear another one of these tonight.
I do.
Might as well.
I mean, are you serious?
No.
Let's give it a go.
How long is it?
All right.
It's long. It's 22 minutes, but it's insane. It's when they're angry.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
Doug,
angry.
But that's 22 metric minutes, which is 17 American.
You gotta get out of the way. You gotta complete the set. You get out of the way on this show, you don't gotta go back to it. So at least you gotta complete the set.
Everyone's saying no. Some people are saying yes, but some people are screaming in torment. Yeah, I can't. I mean, those two were fairly calm. They were insane, but it's like they've got their talking points down, and now they're just kind of declaring their talking points over and over. But yeah, Mike is quite right. We are not Marvel Comics in 1961. or maybe we kind of, I'm not really sure what we are, but the idea that we need variety to succeed is not necessarily the case. I don't necessarily think that's true. I think, honestly, we'd probably be more successful with fewer books that were streamlined and all existed in the same universe right now. And we'd be...
How many books are Comicsgate, Ethan? How many?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
50. And how much time did those 50 books come out? In what amount of time?
Like 4 months.
4 months. And that's a failure. How many of those books are the exact same thing in the same? None. The variety.
That's not enough diversity.
There's variety. These people are crazy.
Yeah, they've lost.
Let me read these super chats. People are demanding that. Bagel Goose says, "Cecil, call them the weakest link, please." Let's see.
Doug, you are the strongest stink.
Oh, that's true.
Immortal Coil, $5. Thank you. If they were smart, they'd just spend $5 on advertising and promote themselves like I just did. Hi. Joe Marone, thanks for $5. Hanging on in quiet desperation is the English way. That's kind of true.
Beautiful.
English way. Yeah, that's Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
The song is over.
Is that Comfortably Numb? Oh,
is that a line from a Pink Floyd song?
Yes, it is.
It's either Comfortably Numb or Dark Side of the Moon.
It's from Wish You Were Here.
It's from Breathe, Dark Side of the Moon.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Gojirify says, nailin' nefarious mailin'. Mellow E, hi all, Critius, my man, sup. Kyung, your book is set for August 2019 release. Why so long? Love the art and concept. I want tacos. Cecil is life. Takes a long time to put one of these together. Diversity in Comics Bear. Ethan, you've been generous to many people. Matt Becker says, these guys are the Occupy movement of Comicsgate. Rhino says, got off work. Please explain who dissed John Malin. Well, it's his channel. It's channel 0x on YouTube. Diversity in Comics Bear. Your critics are the most jealous, petty, losing at life people, and they don't even realize. No self-awareness. Gojirify says John Malin eviscerated Blood Honey last week. He did. I got to watch that. Bagel Goose says the panty shot is literally what sold me on BMKB. Marlon Kibo says, how's progress going on Cyberfrog? It's going good. About a page a day at this point, and I've still got about 19 pages left to go. Diversity in Comics Bear. They sound like a couple of cat ladies complaining about the coworker that has a love life. Cautionary Zone with Ben Hennessy says, have they made these demands of any other channel? Not that I know of. Antoine Dennison says, EVS, is that cartoon an accurate portrayal of you? Which one? Yeah.
Oh, Mike is doing.
No, me? Mike?
No, never mind.
Oh, okay.
What?
Morty Mills says, a classic entitled attitude. You do not like my product, so it must be your problem, not a lack of quality. Get the fuck out. Diversity in Comics Bear. John Malin turned an autistic tech supporter nerd into a half millionaire. Cough. Love them both. Yeah, it's true. Stripper named Trixie again. I give all my dollar bills to Cyberfrog. I give no fucks to whiny Brit bitches except Lord Cecil. At Cecil says, sends a kiss your way, Cecil.
Word up.
Ragmuffin, overrun by Muslims, and E is enemy number one. Sigh. Cormoran says they'll be hashtag Comicsgate gate. Chris Chambers says EVS's gatekeeping knows no bounds. I'm sure now you are the sole reason the supermodel only panty party I host at my house never took off. For shame. Downshift says, is B. Alan Orange behind this channel? Yes. Space Kissinger, Cecil is Kraut without a voice changer. LOL. J. Cephas, at Cecil, consider doing Crasser Ramadi Crass Nasser. Okay.
I have no idea what the fuck that means.
Crasser, so Nasser Ramadi, Crass Nasser. Lord Asserman, play the video. All right, we'll do a little bit of the video.
What if
Let's do the first 22 minutes.
If you get if the like button hits 1,000, you don't do it. If it does.
Yeah, well, I don't want to do it that way. If the like, where are we at? What's the like count at now?
448.
If it hits 1,000, we do it.
If it hits, okay, well, that's asking a lot of people to vote. Yeah, we'll do the video if the likes, if the thumbs up on the side of the channel hit 1,000, then we will do that video. We'll know that you guys want it, and if it doesn't, then we won't. We won't do it that way. Phil Devereaux, thanks for $2. Really try to imagine a dinner party with them. I can't tell if they're like upper class or lower class. They're one of the two. I see them as like
lower class.
I heard the gentleman was using a hardener paint, which is a basketball term, which is not used in England at all.
Well, yeah, they got that from Zach. See, Zach uses that term all the time on Diversity in Comics, and they've said they are a big fan of his. They love Zach.
Deservedly so.
Yeah, of course, because he does nothing wrong, and he doesn't do anything wrong, does he? He's Zach. Oh my God.
He doesn't think he's king shit like some other people I know.
No, King A Hit. Today I got called. So you think you're King A Hit?
Yeah, I saw you put that in your profile.
Yeah, you changed it.
Yeah. It's accidental. Yeah. I missed an earlier chat from Gojirify. I am so sorry. Let me just check. Yeah, I mean, did John Malin eviscerate? I got to see John Malin's review.
Those thumbs up are going up quickly.
Yeah, I've been watching it.
Really?
Let's hit the like button.
Gojirify said, if you act like a twat, I won't back your book. Is that the one that you meant? Or, oh, they're using the Tom Arnold marketing model, insult and antagonize people to get attention to your show, or in this case, comic. Yeah. Oh, British Cecil, please say, oh, bother, what I wouldn't give for a spot of honey.
Oh, bother, what I wouldn't give for a spot of honey.
There are a whole bunch of super chats I missed.
By honey, he means whiskey.
I ran out of beer and I am drinking whiskey right now.
Are you really?
Second glass.
Happens every time.
Happens every time.
Second bottle.
Stephen Dye, solid stream needs more row. JM, EVS stole Brie Larson's smile. Red User 1 says it's pretty clear they're trying to get publicity. And Alex Krantz says, Ethan's yes men. Another pie, sir? He always says yes. Sketch Therapy says, I distinctly remember you being the 5XL Pope of pies and burning soy pants. If anything, you're the emperor of thick skins and taking a joke like a champ. I hope so. GT Media Entertainment Reviews and Troll Pieces says, the irony is that project looks pretty good. Gojirify says, EVS is the, Henry VIII. And Kaz5166 says, these two definitely renew their TV license. Rabbit T Cat says, Doug, your Applebee's is here. Presumably that's when Mike Miller popped in. And Ben West says you should only read $10 super chats and up. Okay, I think I've read everybody now. I have a whole pocket of super chats that I missed. Mello E says, my people. Cecil, hi Doug. Oh, yeah, my people. What are the likes at? Do we have to do this? Should we just do it?
It's still going
kind
up.
of stagnated.
Yeah, it's like 631.
Yeah,
That's
631.
Close.
Stagnate.
Yeah, I know.
My people need to thumb up.
No.
People.
We need 370 more, you fucks. Get that up so we can listen to them. Could be
Deal's a
educated.
deal. It's got to be 1,000. Deal's a deal.
Is that true? I mean,
Shut up, Douglas.
Douglas. Smugless.
Button it.
Time Douglas speaks, it reminds me of Macbeth's soliloquy. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
All right, let's look at while we're waiting to see what happens here and if we're gonna do this video or not. Let's see what everybody's drawing because oh whoa, look at Mike. Mike is still working on this character called Lynx.
I actually like this version of Mike has right now.
Yeah, it's up on the screen. He's kind of sketching it out. I'm not crazy about the Freddy Krueger claws really, but I don't know. I guess I could get into it. I don't know what other kind of claws.
I just don't want to do the freaking long fingernails thing. You know, it's so overdone.
You can't act with him either during the story. Like you can't make him go away.
Yeah. We got to come up with something new, though.
They look like cybernetic hands with claws on them.
Good pose. Very good pose. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Good flowing hair, although that's not what I want.
Well,
it doesn't look like a lynx hair. And I know you haven't seen.
A lynx has short hair.
That's correct. But it's kind of bobbed and it spikes down in the front and the edges. Go look at the shape of a lynx's hair. Its head.
And they have
No.
pointy ears.
That's not sexy. I like long hair sexy.
All right.
And
Here's
they have,
Kanan's
they
version.
have big boobs.
Whoa, Kanan's looks like Lady Alchemy. Look at what Kanan's done.
It's high fashion.
Yeah.
There's a story behind it. You want to know it?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, what is it with the barbed wire around the arms? That's crazy.
She is basically, I was kind of talked about it a little bit. Concept was that she's kind of like an urban legend to a lot of people, but her character, she's actually been damaged. So she's a cutter. And the way, like cutters, they actually cut to basically bring kind of like, a relax or a calm. So her way of doing that was, one, to wrap her arms in barbed wire. So she's continually feeling that feeling, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, as a result, she's kind of like fractured. Like if you remember what happened to Selena Kyle from the Batman version, she just snapped.
Yeah.
So, she's almost like this. Yeah, I know you were talking about. She's basically this. Well, your concept initially was like she's like this serial killer. So she's almost like the blood never touches her face. Like she's almost like this, like beautiful Barbie model, but at the same time, she's this dark, sinister character. So I like picture like when you see her, she's almost seductive, like a Marilyn Monroe. But at the same time, when you get to know her, you're like, oh my gosh, this chick is psycho. Like she's destructive. And so her whole goal is to destroy, so she's not exactly a hero.
Why do you hate women, Kanan?
Oh, I love women.
I like her.
That is creepy. Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
got good mythology behind it.
Let's see what Doug's drawing over here. Doug's working on a page.
Doug's drawing flies.
Drawing flies. I got it. I'm
Beautiful.
inking. This is for the Ashcan sketchbook for Bigfoot Bill. About this is Poseidon. He got like, here's a page I did earlier today. So this is my second page. Like I inked a page while your show went. You kept me company. This is Zeus dying, so all the gods are dying. And
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Kratos strikes again.
He passes the power of his lightning bolt onto Poseidon because he's the last one alive. And so he gets zapped. Zap. And then he comes to and he's got electricity in his finger. So this backstory ends up showing where all the power came from his finger that Bigfoot Bill wears on his gauntlet because he has the ability to charge up with electricity too.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
When he does the I guess the Zeus bolt, does it come from the sky or from the bone?
Oh, when he zaps, it comes from the finger on Bill's gauntlet. So it shoots from his hand, and we match that in the game animation too. He can shoot lightning from his hands.
Oh, cool.
He doesn't have the power to generate it. He's like it's a battery. It's a thing that charges. So if you touch electricity, you can draw it out and then redirect it.
Mike Anger has drawn Cecil the Gentleman over here.
Yes.
Cecil the Gentleman. Everyone loves Cecil. They love to draw Cecil.
I want to talk to Doug about doing a cash grab video game. I want to base it on the Atari ET game.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have an end. It has no end.
Live in a landfill.
But you can pay for upgrades, but you never get out of that pit, no matter how much you pay.
How can so many people love drawing Cecil and yet no one knows what he looks like? How's that work?
They've got it pretty down.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
They subliminally figured it out. He's probably an Adonis. He's got like this. He looks like Fabio.
No, I've seen him. He doesn't look like that. He's fatter than me, first of all.
Okay.
And he, I don't know. Like he's not a bad looking guy. It's a little unnerving. He sent me a photograph. I'm not allowed to show anyone, but
you gotta get him on camera though. Still have him come on the show because
I'll go on camera right now. You want me on camera?
Yeah.
Yes, do it.
He's not gonna be really him though.
Of course he is.
Ethan, you want a fat guy on the show to make you look skinnier.
What mask are you gonna wear?
It's gonna be a mask. You know it is.
It's gonna have that weird mask. Skin mask.
Weird mask.
Must Cecil.
The lifestyle is short of.
Yep. Now you can't drink with that mask on, Cecil.
Oh, that's our guy.
He filters the worm out from the tequila.
Found my weakness.
Can you drink through that mask?
No, so this is a temporary.
I want to see how long you can last with the mask on, Cecil.
I have
He's gonna get the shakes. He's gonna get the shakes after 30 seconds.
Has glasses on.
He wore it on my stream the other night. He's like, I can't drink it. Can't drink it.
No, yeah. Somebody in the chat says through a straw. You could drink whiskey through a straw with that mask.
All right, let me get a
That
straw.
would be funny.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you look good.
I'll go get a straw. Hold on.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, he's gonna flip the camera off because he doesn't want to stand up.
He does look a little like Fabio underneath that mask.
Well, yeah, he's Cecil. It's not too far off of his his cartoon image of what's his name?
Tom DeLuise.
Dom DeLuise. It's not too far off of that, but it is. If that's what you're expecting, you're going to be kind of like shocked because it is different. All right, let me read a couple more super chats here. Lord Cecil demands 1,000 likes, says Big Red. Rezikai says, I'd like knowing more of Mike Anger's police career. Mike, did you ever shoot anyone?
Let's not listen. The fact that I told you that I'm a cop in the first place is kind of like super dox. So no, I did not shoot anybody, but I'm out.
Officer Anger. That's awesome.
I'm out. I'm out, and I'm on disability. So all I do is basically draw. So
yeah. Jeremy James for $5 says, I asked for a refund on Cyberfrog. When will that happen?
Whoa.
I got no refund requests that I know of. But Jeremy, look, it's too late to get a refund right now through a traditional way. If you'd like to, you can send me an email, and I will return your money to you, and you're still going to end up getting the book. That's just how it's going to go. And I will live with that. I will take the bite twice. I'll take the hit twice. But yeah, it's too late to once the channel once it's closed down, you can't refund. It's just ordinarily when it's up, you can do it yourself if you want.
I think you could still mark it as refunded.
I have 12,000 people. You know what I mean? It's a pain in the gut. It's a pain in the ass. And then you have to.
Poor you.
Yeah. That's what he was.
So I would just
pay him the money to make him go. He's like, here, just take.
Yeah, I would just say if you
I
want your money
I don't have time.
Yeah, but you're still going to end up getting. And that's I shouldn't say that because now everybody's going to say, I want a refund. And
they want to do that too.
So Jeremy, hit me up in private, please, and that would be fun. Jonathan Fitzpatrick, base it on Toe Jam and Earl. Jay Cephas says Cecil is Mrs. Cloutfire. And Joe Marone says, is Cecil really a beautiful woman in a world surrounded by pig-faced people? You have entered the Twilight Zone.
Silly.
I heard you saying that I don't look like Dom DeLuise, but I certainly feel like him.
You're alive. You've got a charming face. Red User 1 says, please sell me Jeremy's book. I missed the campaign. Well, I mean, Jeremy, you could just sell your book to Red User 1 if you wanted to. And that would be a better way probably to get your money back. Because a lot of people are asking me to open up the thing. They didn't get the book, etc. Tippy Tail McKitty, my wall drug T-Rex video got 42 views. Woohoo. Well, good for you. Yeah, that's fun once your YouTube channel starts taking off. It's good times. All right, so let's just go through this one more time. Cecil, what do you think?
Yet?
No, please God, no.
700 or close to 700.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do it. I think the people are saying,
He's gonna
please
end the
no.
stream if you don't get it to 1,000 people.
What's it up to? 700?
He's gonna end the stream early if you don't get it. You get it to 1,000, and he's gonna extend it to listen to the 22 minutes of those people.
Otherwise, you got to go to bed early.
You're bribing them. He's blackmail.
No.
If you want it to keep it going, you got to get it to 1,000.
Black Forest, by the way, let me update this real quick. Let's go through all of these.
I'm so happy that Mike Angerhauser is here. He's been a true blue comic gator since the beginning. Him and Betty Bright Eye is working on that book too.
Yes, Betty Bright Eye is working with me on the book.
Yeah, awesome. He's at $2,141. Sold a couple copies while we're doing that, so that's cool. Thank you. Doug TeNaples' Bigfoot Bill, of course, everyone loves it.
Oh,
$113,601. Sold a couple copies there. Black and White by RT Bear, $40,770. Very, very good. Lone Star Heart of the Hero. Oh, I'd love to see this get to God, please get it to 99.
Let's do
100.
Yeah.
Beating a dead horse, Ethan. Beating a dead horse.
$98,612. You
Step
say that,
aside, step aside, Michael. Make room for others.
Mike just sold a few more books, so he's doing good. $98,612. We all want Mike to do good. 1,509. Let me see if Kyung sold any more. Yes, he did. Kyung is kicking ass.
Oh, nice.
Kyung went from 15.9 to $17,060 tonight.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. And Detective Dead, Crimson Moon. It's good. This is gonna be my fault. I didn't put it in the chat, but $25,580. So we did sell a couple more copies of
Thank
that.
you, everybody. Appreciate that.
Fantastic.
Can I ask a question, Ethan, to Ian?
Yes.
Are you the guy responsible for the NCP meme?
NPC?
NPC.
That's what I said.
NPC.
Exactly.
NBC.
He's not here.
Ian Michael Chung?
Yeah, is he here?
Yeah, he's here. I see him.
He might be passed out.
I think it was all based off an article he wrote.
He's taking a dump.
A couple months ago.
Take a piss.
It's
You
quite
always wonder-
possible.
You always wonder where that stuff starts. I think he was the ground zero for that. It's
Look
kind
at
of a
Cecil's face right now. What is that mask? Oh, that's still that's the hockey mask. I'm looking at it small.
It's Jason.
Oh, it's Jason.
Jason Voorhees.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Jason Bateman, true.
All right.
Valerie's
So
from the Hogans.
this stream's been 3 hours long of just these British people in my brain. Let's tune in real quick to this one. Even though we're not at 1,000. Junior Ruiz says new art on Gusto Indiegogo. Check it out. Yeah, go check it out. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
No.
Might as well.
This is Channel Zero X, Caroline and Mike Lambden, creators of Mortal Worlds, speaking
Sounds
about
drunk.
a very important subject.
Yeah.
Please.
I'd just like to say Zach is exempt from this discussion. We all know Zach's a lone wolf
Man,
and an outlier.
teacher's pet.
Only doing
God
comic
bless
shows.
Zachary.
He doesn't tend to promote other Indiegogo comics on his live
Also-
streams
also.
and his videos. However, he has had the courtesy to acknowledge us, to tweet, retweet, and respond to us constantly. Jawbreakers is a good comic, well executed, and the type of comic I think that the consumer will enjoy. Good luck, Zach. I hope it really sells, and we're waiting our copy with anticipation.
Are they torn
We also
because
want
Don
to
Mellon?
thank people,
Don Mellon.
Comicsgate and otherwise, who have backed us and who've tweeted, retweeted, and been very positive about the World graphic novel. However, today we need to talk about, we're part of Comicsgate, we're part of a Comicsgate community, and yet we have been utterly ignored. We have reached out to people, we've asked if we can go on the live streams, we've asked if we can promote our book. The silence is as deafening, apart from John Mayland.
So dramatic.
Tumbleweed. We're not sure why, but we need to talk about this and about the gatekeeper.
Oh,
Comes to the subject of Ethan Van Sciver. He has stated that all
Terrifying.
Comicsgate Indiegogo comics campaigns would meet their goals.
I
The
didn't
idea
say
of
that.
Comicsgate, when it was incepted as declared, the way we understand it, was that the market would have a choice. People would be able to read the books they choose to. The many indie books would be able to be available to choose from.
Lots of indie books. That's what we got from Comicsgate. We started listening to Ethan in January. We started constantly listening in March.
Nice.
And the whole thing was that any book that offered an alternative to the other side would be welcomed, as would the creator.
John Mayland stated that anyone who comes on his show is Comicsgate. No one else appears to have had their work critiqued without being asked to do so, as opposed to the point of coming on the show, which is to promote a product. I was critiqued in detail, and this is what happened when we went on. Yes, John Mayland could be regarded as being generous, as he gave so much advice, but we didn't ask for it. That stream was entitled Comicsgate Presents Mortal Worlds, an inaccurate title. It should have been called Comicsgate critiques Mortal Worlds.
And it's important to say that there was a misunderstanding about time zones. We misunderstood the time
Like
zone.
we live in a
John
different
did
one than
critique
John
it in
Mayle.
detail for half an hour before we came on, something that we listened to afterwards.
We're as willing to learn, and we've asked for feedback repeatedly, but we aren't anyone as students. Guests on shows should surely be allowed to concentrate on the purpose they're invited on for.
And to
They're
be
reading this.
treated with courtesy.
Yeah, they're going back and forth. Like it's really like nicely done. It's scripted.
Back to you,
it's-
John.
This
Back
is
to you in the
amazing.
studio, John.
Yeah.
It's
John Mayle.
terrible.
We were critiqued thoroughly. It's like they were sodomized or something. I mean, the way they talk about it, it's so sad. It's like we were thoroughly critiqued.
I wonder if they've never, like, maybe this is the English way thing where they're really kind in their critiques, and in America, like our critiques at a Comic-Con, they can be really brutal. And maybe
We were thoroughly reamed by John Mad.
yeah, they don't realize that's like a normal critique.
They gave us a good buggering.
Stuck it in me bum.
You know where we're going from here? It's like I want to hear John Malin's video now with them. I gotta hear his video of critiquing them, knowing how they felt. I want to see exactly how they behaved during this. So, all right, so here we go. Robin Shank says, "Does EVS know who they are?" No, I don't. Now I do. But I didn't before. No,
I'm
not at
pretty
all.
sure they're both Zach doing like a Norman Bates thing of both voices.
That would make sense. That makes sense. All right, here we go.
Mother.
Also, I reached out to Mike S. Miller, a self-advocating comic skater.
Mike, you're gonna get
The
it.
response I got was, "Do I know you?"
Oh wow.
That was the best. I reached out to Mike S. Miller and he said, "Do I know you?"
Oh, that's good.
Do I know you?
So let's go through it. First of all, Zach is an angel. Nobody should ever critique. Zach is doing everything
What is their
right.
Twitter? I gotta look this up.
God bless.
Oh my god, dude. What are they? I don't know. I don't know what they're called on Twitter, and I don't think we should say it. All right, some people want me to rewind that. They want to hear them make fun of Mike again. Hold on.
No tears.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. You know, it was funny. All right, here we go.
And it's important to say that there was a misunderstanding about time zones. We misunderstood the time zone, and John did critique it in detail for half an hour before we came on, something that we listened to afterwards.
We're as willing to learn, and we've asked for feedback repeatedly, but we aren't anyone as students. Guests on shows should surely be allowed to concentrate on the purpose they're invited on for.
And to be treated with courtesy.
Also, I reached out to Mike S. Miller, a self-advocating comic skater, and the response I got was, "Do I know you?" to a new creator who is part of the same community. He also didn't respond when I DM'd to explain who I was, what the campaign was, and what we'd like to come on his show for. I don't know if that's a social skills issue, a club membership one, or a effectiveness issue, but more on that later.
Social skills.
Mike, you're like,
Yep, I couldn't hear that. Say it again.
You have social skills.
Social skills is lacking.
what is your issue, Mike? What is your fucking issue? Social
I don't know if it was social skill issues or that he was Asian.
Sorry.
Suddenly, I like these guys. Suddenly, I agree with everything that they say. I didn't think they had a point
Grace
before.
of a Benihana chef.
Throwing bloody shade.
They reached out to Mike, and Mike said, "Do I know you?"
It was
Hey,
good.
Ethan, I have to step out. I got a little bit of a situation I got to take care of. Thank you guys so much for having me tonight.
Thanks for
Cool,
being a
buddy.
guest.
Take it easy, man.
Appreciate you.
Have a
Yeah.
good
See you
one.
tomorrow, man. See you tomorrow.
Hey, me
Oh
too.
my
I
God.
gotta head out. I gotta go eat. It's lunchtime.
Okay.
Do I know you?
Yeah.
Where,
Uh,
where are
I
you?
am in Malaysia. Yeah.
Damn.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Take care.
So thanks for having me on. You know, I'd like to be on soon. So just toss me out the link and see what I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks
All
for
right.
having me on. And can I do a little shout out to my little channel?
Ian,
do
are you
it.
still there?
Cool. Yeah, I'm still here.
I was asking before, but you weren't here. Are you the guy who started the NPC? NPC
NPC, yeah.
meme?
Yeah, that's me.
He's drinking through the mask.
You did start it, right? That was you.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, that's me. credited to me by Kotaku and New York Times and so on. Crazy stuff. All right, so I run a YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. I do Hype Break. It's youtube.com/hypebreak. And we talk about basically stuff that's going on in the gaming industry. And it's no longer just, check out this game. It's awesome. No, it's we cover some political stuff. So, and I might even be branching out to more entertainment stuff. So maybe stay tuned, Comicsgate. We'll see what I can do.
All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for being
Thanks
here.
for having me
Man.
on.
Appreciate you.
Take it easy, man.
And
have
we
a
got
good
two
night.
slots open for anyone who's in the chat that's that wants to come in. You know.
Michael Landon, are you listening?
Yeah, get in. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Take your shot.
Bagel Goose. Come on.
Well, yeah. Let's see if Bagel Goose can get in. All right. Here we go. Mike. So people are saying Mike S stands for Social Skills Miller. So.
Why do they got to do that? Really interesting. He was a very kind-hearted person whose live stream we've been on. We're not going to mention him here. We will give him a shout out, but we don't want to damage him because we're not sure about the response we're going to get.
It's got to be art.
We're hoping Comicsgaters are intelligent consumers. We know they are. But we also know that Ethan Van Sciver has a slavish following and they literally back everything he says to back. But we do think the American consumer is actually much more intelligent than that. But we won't give that guy a shout out at this point because we don't want to damage him.
Now, John Lennon said that I should have reached out to people several weeks before the campaign began. And I did. It appears either unwilling or unable to recall that I was in fact one of them.
They're rustling papers. They are reading.
Yep.
Now, there were several people, such as Edwin Boyette, Mike S. Miller, Antonio Bryce, Dr. Naple, Ben
Antonio
Henderson,
shows up.
And Nasser.
Antonio shows up and gets a shout out from these people. Hi, Antonio.
Hi, Antonio.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Can I invite Nasser?
Yeah, you can invite Nasser in here. He's being talked about by these people, and they're being mean to him.
Nasser, look in your chat and your DM.
All right, let's go.
Rabadi, who I tried to communicate with constantly, but never once got a response to my entreaties to come at any of their shows. A couple of them promised that they would think about it, perhaps look into it, but
Nasser is giving people the cold shoulder now. That's how it's Hollywood Nasser.
I was clearly the most honest with them.
Yeah, you are. You were just like, who the fuck are you?
Who are you?
Oh, good. Mitch is here. Mitch
Hey.
is a man of decency and honor.
I just came to crap on Mike Miller.
Well, then you've come to the right place.
Who's the echo? What's going on with the echo?
That's me. I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Everyone's happy to see Mitch. They're saying Mitch in the chat. Sometimes I feel like a baseball announcer. I let people know like what's going on in the crowd. As Mitch steps up to the plate, the crowd kind of dresses him warmly. They're happy to see Mitch. All right, here we go. Now this is the stream, says Mr. Thundaro. Yeah, this is a long one. All right, here we go.
ultimately no response at all.
Exactly, and we've looked at Indicron, and it seems that only people who appear on Ethan's show get their comic promoted by other members of this group to the Comicsgate audience. We also did analysis and realised that we are the top comic in that no one has bothered to promote or help us with. All the ones above us have been invited onto Ethan's live stream.
Now, it seems that only people who appear on Ethan's show get their comic promoted by any other members of this group.
That's not true. Is that true? Like, you guys bring up people all the time, right? You guys find other comic skaters and promote
Is
them.
Mike Angerhauser not here? I was bringing.
I'm sitting right here. Yes, sir. Thank you.
I promoted that book, Anchorface.
I had Brian. Yeah, I've had Brian Angerhauser on twice before he came on. I have Brian Shear. I have Reagan Lodge. I have all kinds of guys that aren't even in Comicsgate yet on my show who want to eventually get in, but they're. She's wrong.
Yeah, she is wrong. I kind of
Bryce has had a ton on his show.
Yeah.
I've had Critias, and I'm going to have Kyung tomorrow.
Yeah. And Mike has on his show too.
Somebody's making a tremendous amount of noise.
I think it's Mitch.
Oh my god.
Hello.
What is going on? All right, let's keep going.
We started listening to Comicsgate.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it sounds like an ocean coming through. It sounds like the impending blue wave. I can wait for the blue wave.
Hey, Ethan, real quick, take a peek at the hair. Is that what you mean?
Oh yeah, let me see.
Like her eyes.
Yeah, she got good eyes.
Where are you? Here, Blacklist. There you are. Yeah, but it curves inwards. I think.
Like you mean like it curves in from the face out?
No, it curves from the out in.
So like a widow's peak, but
I
extreme.
think so. What did I do? I would love to show you guys the original sketch. That would probably be helpful.
Yeah, I keep asking you for info, and I have to ask you on stream because you don't answer me in the.
Ethan
Doesn't
lets you.
answer anyone.
Ethan lets you
sounds
draw
like
it until you nail it, and then he'll tell you that it's perfect.
I got my own stuff to do. Hold on a second.
Look how entitled Mike is of Ethan's time.
For people in general complaining that Ethan never answers their DMs, I'm doing this for Ethan, and he still doesn't respond
He
to my
didn't give me any attention.
So don't feel bad.
That sounds like a familiar thing.
Because he doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, I DM Ethan. I was like, Ethan, let me pitch you the links, and I don't get a response. So it's no
Well,
hard-
Mike is secretly British.
That's right.
Ethan, could you please?
All right, ready?
May,
Here we
please.
go. I'm gonna turn on my camera, real quick. Oh, I could. I'm buried under paper.
Ethan doesn't have any clothes on. He is the emperor.
Yeah. There we go. See?
Ah.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at
that's
that. Just like a lynx. And this is black, and this is white or a different color blonde. But that's what a lynx's hair does.
now. Where was I supposed to have seen this?
Here's something that's kind of funny. Nasser was trying to jump in, and that's when Mitch jumped in, and he's like, "It took the last spot."
He captured the lynx eyes too. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh yeah. The eye makeup again. I'll show it one more time. That was the other little aspect of it. I just started doodling this thing. Just trying to figure out. I see the eye makeup underneath her eye there. That little stripe.
Yeah. I'm doing something similar
cool.
on all the ones I did. I guess I didn't zoom in close enough.
Yeah.
That looks good. That looks real awesome.
Yeah. All right. So where were we?
You see how I did a yes man right there?
Doug is doing it. Look at Doug.
I'm winning.
I'm watching Doug's. I have him blown up on my screen.
I'm drawing the crow.
I'm winning. I'm winning.
He's drawing a lot like Steve Ditko's first version of Squirrel Girl. She had those little things under her eyes.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. What do you think, Mitch?
I think yours is pretty sharp there. I like it. Does look like a lynx.
Mm-hmm.
Should it have blue hair?
Nailed it.
Yeah, I don't know if it. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking like white, and then just the black tips. It has to look like something some cosplayer could do. I think that's the right way to think about this.
Maybe you should consult Ren.
Yeah, be happy to. Okay, let's keep going while you guys draw.
January or so, we started with Zach, and then all the time from March this year, we were listening to Zach and Ethan. To reiterate this very important point, the presented idea was that all independent creators would be supported by the community to meet their goals, and the consumer would then have the choice and decide what to buy. And on the very day we launched, we happened to be listening to Ethan's live stream, and he said everybody on Indiegogo who's a Comicsgate will meet their goal.
Did I say that?
What if their goal is $2 million?
Yeah, I don't think I ever said that. I think I might have said everyone who's a Comicsgater who comes on my show will meet their goal. And that's a pretty boastful thing, but so far it's turned out to be true. I haven't.
True.
Yeah, and beyond that, if you have a reasonable goal, and I like to say a reasonable goal is $10,000 and under. you've got to figure out how to make a comic book with that. But I don't recall ever saying everyone who's Comicsgate is they're going to make their goal. Why would I say that? I have no control over that.
Right.
It's just stupid. It's a dumb thing to say. But I mean, if you do come on my show, you probably will, just based on what we've seen so far. If it's a good book, and by the way, being on my show kind of means that I've looked at it, and I've, as somebody who's been in comics for 25 years, I've assessed it to be a good book that's worthy of attention. So that's going to be helpful, overall. U2 2099 says, in your defense, you're probably drunk from pie. Oh, that's possible. That is possible. Somebody else, Sayonara says, you can't fail your goals if you have no goals. That is that is true.
That's my motto in life, actually.
That is heavy. All right, here we go.
Stated on a recent live stream that some thought they would come on the scene and take out, quote, Billy the Kid. If that wasn't meant to be a message to us, then there are some independent creators out there who are being targeted and trolled by him. Why is that?
That is insane.
What a claim. That's a claim right there.
What's he
talking
about?
Well, I said on Twitter one time, I said, or maybe I said it on, on my YouTube show. I said, you know what, like being me right now is kind of like being Billy the Kid. Everywhere I go, it seems like somebody's trying to take me out. Has nothing to do with Comicsgate, Comicsgaters. Has nothing to do with people who want to be Comicsgate. It has to do with anti-Comicsgaters who kind of chase me down, and like that weirdo Jason Youngbluth who tried to tie me to Vox Day, thereby tricking Indiegogo into taking my campaign down. Everywhere I go, I feel like they're little gunfighters that want to make their name by picking fights with me. That's what that meant. What is he? How do you not get that?
Because Billy the Kid's American, so they didn't get the reference.
People hear what they want to hear.
A little
I guess
shot me in the ass.
I thought everyone understood that, but to me it just makes perfect sense. But I don't know. Anyway, that's just how I feel sometimes.
He also tweeted, seemingly at random, that why don't you just breeze on past as opposed to come to a struggling community for help?
I don't remember saying that either. I don't know what that means.
When you look at our Twitter feed and videos, you won't find any evidence of us being critical, negative, or unpleasant, because there really isn't any. Who the hell is giving Ethan Van Sciver marketing and PA advice? Is it Cartman, Homer Simpson, Kathleen Kennedy? Surely Comicsgate should be promoted as a growing, expanding, developing community that will be bringing more and more books to the marketplace as opposed to struggling. How is it they're going to look to the big two and those who are against the movement of free expression and its principles?
I honestly wouldn't be criticizing my marketing skills. That's not somewhere I would go. Just because I didn't see you guys, I didn't leave you out. I wouldn't be saying Homer Simpson is giving him marketing skills. I'm doing quite well. I don't think Homer Simpson could do this. Maybe he could.
Do Marge.
Marge. That's weird.
He's desperately random.
This is Kanan's artwork right here. It looks like Kanan is drawing Purgatory and possibly Lady Death.
It's Lady Death and a character for a other book I'm finishing up on. Her name is Assessa. That's the chick in the front, and then the background is the one in the middle is Hell Witch. I think that's her name.
Hell Witch. Oh,
yeah. Brian Polito's new Kickstarter.
Yeah,
they're adorable, Kaden. I'd like to check both their oils.
Oh boy!
Oh lordy.
Oh boy!
Is it good? I mean, that's damn good. What's he like? Brian Polito reached out to you and offered you a variant cover, or how did that work?
The character in the front is for another campaign I did some artwork for called Stranger Comics. It's a fantasy, so he connected with Polito and he's like, "Yeah, draw a picture of your character with my character," and so it'll draw attention also to brand because people know who I am as the artist. So it's kind of like a three. I don't want to use the term because I know somebody will try to change it. It's a 3 opportunity
A menage opportunity.
It's the
Method,
devil's triangle.
Yes. So yeah. So that's the idea, the concept behind it.
The tripartity.
Yeah.
How do you do those rocks that she's standing on? What are your techniques for those?
Picking
Did
up.
you open up a new page and show me that?
Yeah, I can. Give me a second.
Okay.
Ethan's trying to take lessons from Kane and White.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell yeah. Every artist here is awesome and everybody should be taking notes. But I like that. And that would take me a long time to do. And I'll bet you he's got a quick technique to do that.
You're doing it digitally, Ethan.
Part of it is, yeah, I mean, but it's still the same process. It's just
ridiculous
how you handle it. Let me see here. Give me a second.
In the meantime, can I ask Doug a question? You said you were taking. Were you scuba diving in that quarry today?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's so fucking warm down there. You could scuba dive. It looked like a Caribbean beach where you were.
Yeah, the quarry is actually warmer than the air outside.
I was just in the mountains. It was snowing this weekend where I was.
Oh dear.
So
It's coming down. Tennessee, it's crashing.
On vacation. I thought you were on vacation already, and then I saw you back in your, crummy little.
We're just taking
parlor.
scuba lessons because we're going to Fiji for Thanksgiving, where we're going to be scuba diving. So I got to learn how to scuba dive before then.
All right. So what are we doing here?
First,
just walk us through it.
Kind of defining the shape. And you kind of got to have in your head kind of where the shadows are going to be. Like I'll just do kind of three rocks kind of next to each other. I usually do
that's the top of the rocks right there.
Yep, that's the top. Now do this. And then from there I'll kind of define where my shadows are going to be. It'll vary, depending on where the light's coming. I usually kind of cast it from the same location. Most people actually do. Let's see here. And then from there, I'll go to it's like a bucket tool to kind of, blacken my, same thing you could do with a brush too. I mean, it's
So
the same
you just
thing.
fully black them in first and then you hit them with white?
No, well, I'll show you.
All right, I'll shut up. Keep going.
Let's see here. Blocking the blacks. And then from there, I'll go and let me see here. Find my brush. Yeah. Yeah, no, I will accent with, either white or the eraser. It just depends.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of define the light source.
Yeah.
And same thing you can do with a brush. I mean, it's the same process. Just I'm using the digital version. So
yeah, but generally with the brush, you're not going back in with white. You're just darkening in all those individual spots by, with black ink.
So I mean, yeah, but I try to keep it kind of the same way. But I mean, initially it's that way. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a little easier doing it with digital, but I mean, you can still
faster, Kanan. Come on,
you can still achieve the same thing.
Just what you've done right now would have taken about 5 minutes, and you did it in like 30 seconds.
Well, go digital, Mike.
So you're adding some nice shadow, like broken up shadows to the top now.
Yep. Just doing different types of stone formations. This is like I guess you want like a slag plate rock, I guess you want to call it. Yeah. So, and then I'll add, and I'll use I like to use a kind of speckle brush because I like adding debris and stuff. So I'll go to kind of this tool and add some of the debris and stuff like that.
That's nice.
That's amazing.
Yep. That's about it, man.
I hate you now.
That was pretty fast. I'll give you that.
You just have to learn technique because I mean, look at something like that and go, how does I want to use that? I like that. And I mean, with Cyberfrog, I could definitely use that. The broken up rock thing. Dave Finch does those really well.
Yeah, he does.
Nobody taught me nothing. I never got to be in a studio with anybody. I'm entirely self-taught, and I don't think that's been helpful.
What does really good bullet holes. If you ever wanted to look at his, Jim Lee does really good bullet holes, like the bullet hole effect in the wall. Yeah.
Have you seen what's his name? Kevin Nolan? Those things look awesome. Kevin Nolan. Yeah. That's where I think Jim got it from.
Probably, yeah. I mean, honestly, like I said, I even took the pages you did, Ethan. Add them to my. I have a reference folder of just all kind of artists, man. So I'm pulling from everybody.
That's what we got to do.
Alan Davis, even Jack Kirby. Like Shadows and Light and stuff. So yeah, you should always be teachable.
Yeah, Comicsgate should do that.
I think there's something to be said for being in kind of your own vacuum chamber there, Ethan, because nobody can do what you do. Like, it's so unique.
Well, I don't know. Let's look at what Mitch is doing. What is this?
I'm painting a cover real quick.
It's awesome, man.
What's it a cover for?
Cachet, like sachet.
For who?
It's a science fiction thing. I cooked up with a buddy of mine a while back, and I'm just putting a cover to it.
You want to say anything more about it, or is it just secret?
It's secret right now. It's secret right now. I don't want to say anything else about it, but there's a cover in the works.
It almost looks like Studio Ghibli.
Is that Cachet Grab? Did Tim talk to you?
Yes, it's Cachet Grab.
Cachet Grab. All right, let's see. Here's Mike S. Miller. Mike S. Miller. I don't know if he lacks social skills.
I know you.
Do I know you?
I love Do I Know You. Yeah, cool eyes. I like you've blacked out the whites of her eyes there. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. A little alien there. You're getting alerts from Diversity in Comics too, just like me. I got that same alert. He's got he's doing all this. He's cooled it with the drama videos, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Bring back the drama. This lawsuit sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks because it's like he's behaving himself. I don't like it.
That means after he wins, he's going to go back to misbehaving. Then, right?
Yes, I hope so. He's like, I'm doing my reviews. Like good boy. Okay, all right. Well, hurry up and get this lawsuit done so you can crack on these fools. I can't be the only one who does this. Look at that beautiful work.
That's nice, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, you got her there. Make her lips black, like a cat's lips are, like dark lipstick. Cats have the kind of no fangs. She's just a girl. I mean, I would just leave her like that. I wouldn't want to make her alien or spooky. I would want to make her attractive, and not off-putting. Just kind of, yeah, that's good. I don't know about the black eyes now. I'm not so sure. Is that too alien?
I like the way you did them, though.
I like it.
Like
you know what, Mike? What if they were a little bit more cat shaped, like the instead of circular? What if they were like a little bit oblonged?
Dude, these are Link's eyes.
Yeah, I like them.
I like it.
Yeah, I like them too, but I was thinking it might look more cat-like instead of alien.
But that's what Link's eyes look like.
Well, what's her story? Like, what's she?
I'm making her up.
I'll say, well, how did she get that way? I guess.
When I meet a girl like this, the first question I ask her is, what is her relationship with her father?
Okay.
It's true. It's true.
And hopefully it's terrible.
Because then you have a chance. And you have a chance.
Yeah.
That's when I scoop in.
Well, that's when you ask her how much, right?
Look how nice that looks. That is gorgeous. God damn, it's not. You know what? This is a good community. We have good stuff going on here.
Yeah. Studio, man.
Okay.
Just open the door.
We got some more super chats here. Let me do this here. Well, a lot of them. Cecil is Mrs. Cloutfire, says J. Cephas. Joe Marone says, is Cecil really a beautiful woman in a world surrounded by pig-faced people?
Yes.
We got that one.
The answer is
User 1 says, please sell me Jeremy's book. I missed the campaign.
You're rereading something.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. Okay.
if it compliments me, you can reread it.
I will. Bagel Goose says, if Cecil was a vegetable, he'd be a cute cumber. That's nice. JR says, unleash the Rorschach. Gojirify says, play the Malin video next. That would be fun. I do want to hear that, but I want to hear it myself first. I got to hear John Malin criticizing these people while they seethe. I gotta hear that. Monkey Elvis. They remind me of the creepy cannibal couple in Book of Eli.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they sit him down for tea and they try and eat him. Have you
Yeah.
seen Book of Eli?
Oh, really?
Ethan?
No.
Yeah, that's
Can
a
I
good.
go-
It is one of the
Pretty good.
best movies you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Can I go off topic for a minute? Did any of you guys ever take Elmer's glue in school and cover your hands with it?
I did.
Yes.
I did. And then peel it off.
Because that's what Doug's fingers look like.
I've seen kids do it, but no.
It's like, where's he going with this?
Yeah.
Like a horror movie.
That's awesome.
It came.
Oh.
I like the drawing, Doug. It's very nice.
Thank you, sir.
It's better than a Wolfbane from New Mutants. It's a better version of her.
Yeah, the fur coat is. I'm digging the fur coat, Mike. Mike is drawing basically exactly what I pictured right now. That's exactly what I pictured.
Oh, yeah, that looks great.
Awesome.
Although she kind of looks like a little bit fish-like, her face. If you don't mind me saying, I'm just an idiot.
That's
with
the
no
alien thing.
Do I know you?
Why you?
It's the
Mike,
perfect.
fix your nose. What are you doing with the flat nose there?
He kind of looks like the guy from Hellboy. You know.
Yeah, Mike is trying to get away with a.
Yeah, Abe Sapien.
No, Mike is trying to get away with doing a flat, like 2 holes in her face for a nose. That's what it looks like.
Well, that
Fix
is
it.
a cat's nose is like that.
No, but she's not. She doesn't have a cat's nose. She's a human being.
No, but you also don't have to put a whole bunch of definitions on a girl's.
Yeah, but you
nose.
have to if it. There you go. You have to if it looks like 2 holes in her face. People are defending you now. They're saying cats have flat noses.
Yeah, I feel like I could get this chick to come to my house if I ran an electric can opener.
That does drive my cat crazy.
Oh, Doug.
Sayonara said Mike used social skills. Very effective. Yeah, he does use good social skills when he wants to.
Yeah, give her a nose like Jimmy Durante.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Ha cha cha. He kicked the bucket.
You know, if you like this, Ethan, if we go finalize on this design, I'm just gonna print this out and ink it traditionally.
Yeah, well, shrink her nose because it's too big. She's not my dog.
What?
Well, it is. It's too big.
Her nose is too big?
Yes.
Excuse me.
It's supposed to be like a button nose or something.
1/3.
Do I know you?
I love criticizing Mike. It's fun.
Oh, look, Michael.
I would never talk this way to Mitch. Somebody points out, they said, everyone gets their balls busted except for Mitch. Mitch is the only one.
Well, it's because they know Elizabeth's listening.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with Elizabeth. It's just that Mitch kind of commands respect. You like Mitch. You respect Mitch. You want to. There you go. That's good. Nobody wants to criticize Mitch, but they do want to criticize Mike.
Listen, I didn't mean to criticize Mike. I thought it looked fish-like. Now it looks cat-like. But
Now it looks better. Bagel Goose says, give her a giant schnoz like EVS's. Now, wait a second here.
Hold on.
That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid.
If he was not my mysterious benefactor, I'd yell at him.
The chat is busting my balls so bad. EVS compensating for his own nose. Yeah, well, listen, I'm able to right now. I have a little bit of control over the world. Mitch is a gentleman, says Mom Hard Things. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like
Those fingernails retract or they just stay like that? That's just a quick question.
They retract.
Nurkish feels that
Oh,
Mitch
it's
is a psychopathic killer, and that's why.
No. Gojirify has a different theory. He says Mitch is very fragile. Now, you remember the last time somebody said something kind of slightly critical of Mitch?
Devastated. He was devastated.
Everyone apologized, and Mitch left.
So if we're doing this as modern version, I'd still like to do that as like young version.
No, I think that's it. You've nailed it. Well, let me see the rest of her.
I mean, because
what is that? Go back to the naked one.
Naked.
Yeah, what is she? She had spots all down her, like she's wearing tights.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
look at all these versions you've done.
Oh, sorry.
That one, back one. Nope.
So I can't go backwards.
Nope. There it is.
That one.
That was the one I was referring to.
He's like a mix of Chitara and Starfire there.
Yeah, that's like Teen Titan. He'd be in the Teen Titans there.
Are we looking at the same one?
The one with the jacket, yeah, that one.
Where she's walking.
Yeah, she's got the boots with the fur.
Yeah.
Those boots are made for walking.
Titans.
Yeah, but you know, the one that he's doing right now is the best.
I like the one he's doing.
Yeah, Josie and the Pussycats first. Actually, no, that's the Josie and the Pussycats.
Where's the one she?
I don't know. I was just trying to go in a bunch of different directions.
Yeah, I like it. You're doing a good job.
On
I
this
like the one you're working on right now the best.
Mike, how much you want to make a bet that this comic book that we do together, $200,000?
Okay.
I'll
You know,
bet.
she kind of remember the Asian girl from the Wolverine movie. What's it called? The one where she comes gets him. The one with the sword.
What was it?
The
sequel.
And they talking about
Michiko? No.
The origin story one, right?
Yeah.
That Lady Destroyer.
Oh, the one in Japan, the Wolverine.
Yukio.
Yeah.
Mike, why don't you try something out? Some people are saying where are the ears, so why don't you try putting those little cosplay ears on her head, like that you wear as a kind of, what are those called? Like a
the headband thingy, whatever you call it.
See what that looks like. I don't know if it's too corny for her though. It's too corny. No. Right? No, she wouldn't do it. Look at her. She's a badass. She wouldn't wear that. It's too cool. No.
I like the pointy ears.
Like a furry.
I really dislike
furry.
Wait, she's the Lynx. I forgot. Here.
Oh no.
No hair on the ear. Hair on the ear is grandpa.
Nope, not sexy. Oh, well, that's what a lynx has, though. To be fair.
Yeah.
CFan85 says the lips look like Green Lantern's mask. Yeah, they do with the two eyes there, the lower lip.
Her expression is like every girl who's ever seen me naked in daylight. It's like claws out. I gotta get the. What have I done?
Sierra Whiskey says Mike's social skills Miller. JR says for your information, Facebook purged more pages. Liberty Memes is gone. J. Cephas says, isn't the Dark Lord of Comicsgate gatekeeping them harder? And then Bagel Goose says, where's the goddamn cat ears? Well, I don't know, Bagel Goose, honestly. I don't know if it would work. All right, let's listen to this. Let's keep going.
View of the consumers who've already parted with their hard-earned money to buy Comicsgate books and support this.
And also, just as a thought, maybe it's time for the community, and I know this has been mooted, to suggest a rebrand for Comicsgate. Ending something with gate isn't usually positive long term.
No, it isn't.
Nixon could have told us about that.
Oh my God, that is the dumbest point. How many times have we gone over this? How many people have said it's time to rebrand Comicsgate? And how many times have we explained why we haven't done that? At least not yet. I mean, Nixon could have told. Oh, I didn't even. Watergate. Shit, you're right. I didn't even think of that. Watergate, of course.
I thought we were paying tribute to our hero, Richard Nixon.
I think that's why.
How about heavens?
Oh wait, that's why people see it in a negative connotation because of that situation, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah, well, it isn't, but it's, you know, the point of it is that we didn't choose the name, we got labeled the name, and so you kind of have a choice. If somebody's going to call you a name, you know, you can either just kind of run from it all the time, or you can embrace it and say, no, well, you can call me whatever you want, you know, just don't call me late for, you know, pizza. Pizza today was really good. You call whatever you want. I'm going to show you who I am, and you know that whatever you call me is going to represent what I actually am.
Straight
So,
out of
you know,
Lannister's mouth, man.
yeah, like the phrase Comicsgate, we've made it mean something positive just by virtue of what we're doing. I mean, of course, we have enemies who are like, "Oh God, Comicsgate," but no, you look at what we're doing, and we're doing great things, and we're helping people. People are excited about these comics and our plans, and you know, they want to get on my show, and it's easy to get on my show, and I put you on my show, and then you succeed gloriously. It doesn't matter.
You take the negative power away from it.
Yeah,
we have enemies.
Own it.
Yeah, a few. We have a few on
man.
Just a couple.
weirdos.
What did I do?
Complete weirdos.
I
And
noticed.
really sick people.
I noticed that the one person that they're not complaining about taking up airtime is me. So they do have good taste in that.
That's not true. They do talk about you.
No, they don't.
I think they do. Don't they or no? We'll find out.
Did you have them on your show, Cecil?
Reached out to
I
him,
will. They're charming.
come onto his show without direct response from him of any kind. This was in marked contrast to a hyperbolic tweet this week to a newly invited upcoming guest screaming to the world its gatekeeping intent during the same period of time. Quote, "You're in, bro. Welcome to Comicsgate." End quote. We've been listening to Ethan for a while.
That you knew who that was. That was Kyung. I think that was Kyung. I was
I
like,
think
"Whoa,
so.
yeah, nice comic. You're in, bro." And they looked at that and seethed. They went, "That motherfucker!" It's like,
Was it Tits McGee from the other day?
They were ripping on Narwhal too a lot.
They hate Narwhal. They're like, obviously Narwhal. You know,
One of my favorite comics.
he's so good, and it's like you don't see that he's good. You don't understand how he's good. You dummies. Like he's really, really good.
The one
God.
that sickens us the most is that Bigfoot Bill.
Yeah. Ew. It's so
Not
amazing.
the character. The character is charming as hell, but the creator is a filthy
It's
bastard.
so gauche.
It is gross.
Gushing will have appeared conspicuously over the top to most, rather unlike his usual form of inquisitive enthusiasm.
Uh-huh.
This is not a slight or attack on the guest personally.
I was in a good mood.
We're not here to attack other creators or their work. It's a compare and contrast exercise we are experiencing.
We've been on other live streams outside of the evidently self-regarding High Council and its centurions, and soon we'll be starting our own. And we've been very kindly received on the live streams that we've been on.
Good.
All creators who believe in freedom of expression, freedom of choice, entertainment for the consumer will be welcome on our live stream, and we will.
What?
I said, how about freedom of association?
Oh my God! Yeah, of course. So seriously, like I don't know if I can listen to any more of these people, but the whole thing is, we wanted to come to your party and you didn't invite us.
Yeah.
You didn't know us, but that's what it is. We wanted to come to your party, you didn't invite us, and now we're gonna talk for 2 hours so far about it.
And days.
Call you names, endlessly. They just wanted to come to the party, and they weren't invited. I guess that hurts.
Yeah, but the party was bring your own booze, and they didn't
Well,
bring any booze.
I'd give you guys booze. It's no problem. I don't want to say that. I mean, I would definitely give you guys booze if you came over.
I would boo them.
Sweet.
I would boo that. Mike's gonna give a different kind of booze. Yeah. Well, again, it's interesting. So we will be watching the Britskrieg, such as it is, and we're gonna see how it goes from here. I have invited them on. They have not accepted my invitation. After all this, but I'd be fascinated to talk to them, and I know that Doug would too.
Yeah.
Doug, what would you say to them right now if they came in and I said, Doug, what would you say?
He'd say something boring.
Yeah, I would. I would give a psychological profile.
He would say, "Not my people."
Not my people. No, I would say I think John Malin nailed it. Like, guys, whatever you think you're going to do with this is just a bad tactic. It really is. That's the most caring thing you could say to them if you wanted to tell them the truth.
How could it be a bad tactic? We did a 4-hour stream devoted to them.
Because it won't sell. It won't sell If they want to sell comics, it's a bad tactic. So yeah, if they want to entertain and build up YouTube subscribers, then okay, good tactic.
Well, they've got 114 subscribers now.
Yeah, they're all your audience though, so they're not going to buy their comic.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how many thumbs down they have on their videos, though.
They have quite a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
But if it wasn't for bad attention, they'd have no attention at all.
That's true.
I mean, I would tell them, guys, you guys are insane. First of all, if you're saying these things, you're crazy.
Wait a minute. You'd say that you would tell them they were insane, right?
Oh, I would. I totally would. And I'd
That's
say it's
gonna be a
probably
good
because
show.
of your island and your royal family are all inbred, jug-eared, horse-faced,
This has
thinning
gotta
hair.
happen. Gotta happen.
What about their teeth too while you're at it?
Yeah, horse teeth. I'm just saying.
Remember
No, it's just-
1776.
Yeah, it doesn't.
The
It bugs
comments
me.
are
The
crazy.
entitlement drives me crazy, and I do get some of these in my email. I just think I feel bad for these people. Like they can't see. They're so blinded by their own desire and their own need for funding or whatever that their whole life is falling apart, and they're desperate.
Well, they don't. They say that they're not desperate.
They are desperate. They're acting. They're acting desperate, right?
All those videos.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyways, I do hope they find some kind of an audience, because that's all they're going to get out of this, because their book, and I do hope their book sells. I don't hope people don't get to do business. I hope if the book is good and it finds its audience, that it sells. Fine.
I find them delightful.
Yeah.
Look at Doc.
Look,
It's great.
I made a little.
Look at her little face.
Thanks. Oh, I'll rip your. Look at her claws. I'll rip your head off.
Your characters are alive. Like, I believe her. I believe in her. I believe she's real. I've met her somewhere.
Yeah. This is my appeal for this case. And of course, I don't care if people say no. But here's my thing on this character. It needs to be as marketable as Cyberfrog is, and to the same audience. So it can't suddenly be some psychotic bloodbath, blah, blah. It needs to be, the model is like Ninja Turtles, action hero. You need to be able to sell an action figure to a kid or a badass.
Is she covered in hair from head to foot?
Yeah. Yeah, but I still have her in thing to
What you
cover
do
her.
is you make her, the only place she shaves is her armpits, and she'll be sellable.
So to
What's
me,
John Malin's channel called? Just John Malin?
Yeah.
I know I'm subscribed to it.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, subscribe to Cecil Says, everybody.
Yeah.
I put up a video almost every 3 months.
Yeah, and I think I have like 120 subscribers. So maybe one or
help
two.
a
of
guy
you.
out.
One or two. You
And
just-
Cecil,
Mike does do a good horror movie show once a week, which
Yeah.
actually is really good, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Every
Cecil,
Wednesday
come
night.
on my show.
I'm going to come on with you, Doug. I'm going to break you down. I'm going to psychoanalyze you.
I will let you only interview me, and I'll answer any question you ask.
I'm going to get inside you.
I go to Doug Tenaple. I have a channel. I do the Doug Show. It's got yeah. Oh,
I will. What day you want to do it? Let's do it.
this week. Pick a day.
During when you're trying to save Nurkish's soul, have me on that.
I won't have you on Nurkish. I want to have me and you one-on-one, just me and you. I want you all to myself.
You're failing miserably at saving his soul, by the way.
I know. It's
He's
totally.
about
We're
to
going
join.
backwards. He's getting farther
He-
away from
He
salvation.
sent me a text the other day. Said he's joining the Moonies.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell you're doing to him.
He's looking for alternatives now. Yeah, it's
Everyone,
not
please
working.
subscribe to Mike. Oh, John Malin is streaming right now. Oh, my bad. I found his video where he interviews those people.
Get to the critique.
Well, the critique is at the beginning, apparently.
Bucks copy, a physical copy, I assume, for 20. I suggest that everyone open up these tiers and look at what they contain for yourself before making a purchase, because I won't click on them. I'm not going to dox myself. Signed copy of Mortal.
I love John.
So I suggest that all copies be signed. Let's see, this is a 70-page or 72-pager. But yeah, so I guess if you get the $20 tier, it's not signed.
This is him talking. He's 30 minutes in. They're late.
And there's a limit of 500.
And he's just vamping, trying to cover for them.
Ethan is prepared to sign, I don't know, thousands and thousands of copies of
Oh, not that many.
Cyberfrog, and doing a crap load of sketches in them too.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you.
So signing a book isn't hard.
Oh, don't feel sorry for me.
Now, Ethan, I did not pay for the sketches, but I am expecting sketches all over my books. So, just make
I got you, buddy.
So there's two different tiers here. There's signed copies. 25 and 30. How to get pricing.
What's going on with his channel here?
Can you get that?
Oh, they're showing up and they're just a cluster F.
They're moving still.
Oh, if they're showing up, then he must have criticized them beforehand.
Yeah, he did.
Waiting. He was just giving an overview of the.
Jesus, it's like.
Hi.
Hi, John.
Hi.
They finally got a guy to recognize them, and he shit all over them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he only did because he was like camping. Like, I expect them here any minute now. I set up a live stream. This is what I'm doing, and they're not here, so I got to look at their campaign for 30 minutes. And what am I going to do? I might as well just critique their work, I guess. I don't know. Like, that's what his whole thing was.
Right.
And he didn't realize that his critique would not be received in the spirit with which it was offered. That was the sad part of this.
That's not his fault.
It isn't his fault. Let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I've been going through your stuff here. We got, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes left here. How about you guys and let me tell what this book is about.
Yeah, this is Mortal Worlds. This is sci-fi fantasy in the vein of, I guess, stuff like Star Wars. There's a little bit of Lord of the Rings in there, but it's kind of like the idea of what if kind of space age technology fell into the hands of like a medieval age. Like imagine like on Earth, how our world would look like now if things have gone on a different tangent. Where would we be up now? Would we have drawn the attention of maybe even other worlds by now? Would we have encountered beings who
I want to die already.
Yeah, wrap it up. Pitch over. Wrap it up.
Isn't that Star Wars? They have like the Knights of the Jedi and all that.
Actually caught up with them. There's stuff like the starships in hyperspace, but there's also swords and sorcery. So it's kind of like a mishmash. But all my favorite kinds of types of stuff from science fiction and fantasy genre.
Is there a force that binds us all?
He says, "Yeah, nice, nice."
Everything I think about the art, and if you guys dig back in, I'm sure you guys will hear everything I have to say. So, what inspired this?
Well, originally when I came up with it, what I wanted to do was something on the vein of what I imagined tales of Valhalla, Viking mythology, stuff like that. I was wondering, what kind of world would that be that these kind of ancient warriors would find themselves in, even if it kind of like ran into the modern age. Would be this kind of like parallel kind of life, afterlife. Would life go on, for these warriors? So this is kind of like that eventually kind of changed into something where it was more a kind of idea of a real life parallel dimension. It's like where would the Earth have gone?
All John Malin is thinking about is duplexing this guy.
He wants to suplex him. Oh man. Yeah, it is. John's. I love John's polite kind of like.
I've never heard him that patient before in my life. That was
he's just like. You got 15
John,
minutes.
John's just like daydreaming about like pile driving this guy.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. Oh, by the way, yeah, thank you so much. Peter Charon says, I just picked up the Cyberfrog minifigure. Keep up all the great work, everyone. Yeah, I should promote my own stuff for once. There's a link in the chat for the Cyberfrog miniature figurine.
Oh Lord, does he ever stop?
No, I never do. Pick up the Cyberfrog miniature figurine. It's in the chat if you want one. I think you'll dig it. Get Doug drawing. Look how glorious it is.
Doug is a great artist. I really enjoy watching the stuff. I hate looking at his fucking hands, but I really love his art.
Oh, his hands. His hands.
It's like watching the skin from a chicken come to life.
Oh my god.
What's going on here?
Kentucky Fried Doug hands.
I just pulled these out of the fryer.
Gojirify says, Cecil, we mean a 5-hour stream. We still have to do the mail-in video, bro. All right, well, we just, we did the mail-in video a little bit. I don't know how much more of the mail-in video I can take. I feel so bad for him. I'm just like,
Did you think those two were going to be on your show tonight?
no, I didn't, because they didn't answer my message to them. I sent them a message. First of all, you want to see what I wrote them? I'll actually read.
They may respond to me. I am a part Brit. I'm part Brit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is a knight. Sir Cecil.
Sir Cecil.
Cecil.
Sir Cecil the Great.
All right, so when I first saw their video, perhaps the one that we tried to get through just now, their video, perhaps you think I'm treating my fans unfairly. They wrote, "We're coming," and I said, "Nice." And then I saw the video and I said, "Hey, I watched your video and just imagined what things are like from your perspective. I empathize, but by the way, this is me typing on an iPad. I went to town for these people." I said, "I empathize, but you both don't understand that you're literally one of 100 creators trying to grab my attention and get on my show. And one, I don't know any of them. And number two, I can't just cycle endless new IGG campaigns through my feed and expect them to remain a loyal audience. And three, I need to be very selective in terms of the personalities that appear. In parentheses, they should be funny or fun to listen to, or their books need to be outstanding. Ultimately, the success of my show and getting books funded is an illusion. These books fund themselves. Fans love supporting these individuals. I choose them because I know they will, and it's fun to watch it happen. Everyone has to build up their own fan base and their own social media following. I did it over 25 years, and then I spent 1 year producing daily content on YouTube to gain 80,000 subscribers. There's no shortcut to this. The people you mentioned, Malin, Mike S. Miller, they might give you a boost if they think doing so will benefit their own social media or YouTube subs, but they're struggling to do what I did themselves. Daily content, slow growth, persistence. Comicsgate is about many things, but an important aspect is engaging fans in social media. This is your job. I am not a gatekeeper. I've got a show that I've worked hard to build that people wish to appear on. I get literally nothing out of it. No kickbacks, no benefits, nothing. So it isn't my job. It's got to be your doing. Eventually, your hard work as a broadcaster, YouTube, and comics creator makes it beneficial for my show to feature you. Finally, a lot of your video was personal. I don't know you guys. I didn't reject your donation to Cyberfrog at all, nor am I sending you little slights about Billy the Kid. I don't know why your card wasn't charged. And when I spoke about feeling like Billy the Kid, I was referring to anti-comic skaters harassing me on Twitter. I wish you both luck.
Wow, that's a kind response for.
Well, once the cash grab starts, I will have them on daily.
Yeah.
Daily.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do 3-hour streams with them 3 times a day, 9 hours.
Yeah.
9 hours of daily content, and I think it's a 30-day campaign. And mostly we'll talk about Mortal Worlds.
We should just do a nonstop Mortal World show,
Yeah, the marathon, Mortal Worlds
the
marathon.
entire cash grab campaign will be spoken. We'll speak about
We should all critique their book on our shows.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
We should get Vox.
Be honest.
Get Vox Day to trademark it.
Somebody in the chat, Sayonara in the chat said there's a countdown to Cecil's mental collapse. that actually bothered me to read.
Cecil, no.
Actually,
we need you.
That kind of stung.
Yeah. Every now and then somebody gets under your skin with something that's a little too
Countdown
close to
to
home.
Cecil's mental collapse.
Too close to home.
Wait, Nasser didn't write that, did he?
I think my father wrote that.
Yeah. The countdown starts when the bottle's empty.
It's getting there, Doug. It's getting there. I'm fucking right at the bottom.
Yannicule says, just put some hair tufts as part of a haircut. Cormoran says, this is why the term whinging palms exists. Alex Krantz says, when Cecil did his Sound and Fury bit about Doug, he got so into it his real voice came through.
That's true. Because I did study Shakespeare. That was Macbeth's Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow soliloquy from the end of Macbeth.
That was an actual quote.
It was an actual real Shakespearean quote. I will do it again. This is dedicated to Doug.
Yeah.
It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yes.
Midnight Cherry TV says, I booted him out of Comicsgate. Got my only refund. Dallas Deadeye, Uncle E, can the Lynx villain be a millionaire, I hope, big game hunter who only hunts mutants?
We're not doing mutants.
Like a villain for Lynx. Yeah, well, now I don't know. We'll talk about it.
What are you going to call them other than mutants?
I freaking hate the whole concept of mutants.
I don't think there's more than one. I think it's just Lynx. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think there's more than
It's
Lynx.
my gripe about Stan Lee getting lazy.
Oh.
No.
Oh, he's an
That's a
elder
horrible thing to
statesman.
say. He's 98 years old. What do you
No,
mean?
no,
You
no.
wanted to
This
do-
was in the 60s. He said this in the 60s. Well, he said it in interviews
kidding.
later on.
So he got lazy in the 60s, but he got
You had Spider-Man, you had Hulk, you had all these unique individual characters that had to come up with. He had to come up with these great, unique, fun origins, right? And that's why all these characters can stand alone in their own individual movies. And then he's like, mutants. I'll just make them all be born with powers. And then that was it.
He did say that. That's true.
Interesting. Came and it's like, what's your origin? I was born with it. That's not a freaking origin story.
I've got a bunch of comic book professionals here. I'm going to ask a question. This is a cash grab exclusive question. There's going to be a scene where for no reason, it makes no sense because me and Nurkic have no powers. It makes no sense that we will, but just for the fuck of it, we're going to have powers just in one scene.
Yeah.
And I was thinking my power would be my virtue signal.
Yeah.
And
yes,
should it be like a thing that shoots like a V out of my chest or my hands, or should it be something I inject into myself and then I just hulk up for a minute and then like tear somebody in half by their jaw,
Hey,
and then
Cecil,
I go back to normal?
I got a spoiler for you.
What's that?
I got a spoiler for you.
Go ahead.
So you know how I put you in my comic, right?
Yes.
Well, I killed you under the Crimson Moon, which grants you powers.
Okay.
Origin story.
So you come back to life in modern day time with powers, so you can.
Because I'm doing like a little side adventure for our comic because it makes no sense that me and Nurkic would have a single power, but then all of a sudden I want us to just expose that we have ridiculous powers and then go back to normal where everybody's abusing us and being mean.
Cecil, can the last part of your comic be you and Nurkic flying off into the sky in a convertible?
No, I'm gonna just say the last part of the comic is gonna shock everybody into a coma.
Oh, good.
That's what I need, a coma.
You got to save that. You have the big end. You have the big end, and you have a good
big
story. That's the last thing they'll remember.
Have a big end.
This is the big end.
This is the best community in the world. Look at Mitch. Look what he just did. That was awesome.
Cash grab.
Cache grab.
Cache.
Well,
where's Mitch's?
He's neighbors with our artist Tim Lim. So he's
And Judd Reinhold is his other artist, his neighbor.
Yeah. He is my neighbor and my friend.
And we need to get him to do some art for a book.
HCF Wesker 6991 says skip to the part where she demands droid rights. Gojirify. Okay, got that one. Matt Hayes, please have Lynx casually destroy a lab containing her younger clone, Lynxy Badger, or an extremely long drawn out fight ending with LB and a wood chipper. All right, we can do that. Bagel Goose says, Doug, are you going to yiff to that furry art? See?
Too late.
Hey, yes, that's not a bad idea. A genetic experiment. You know, at least you could skip the whole mutant part.
Yeah, Matt Hayes just may have found himself a job writing this.
There you go.
Gojirify says Lynx should have her own superhero group called Lynxed In. Gojirify does not get the job. Yeah, that was good. All right, so I don't know, how long has this been going on? Like 5 years? How long have we been talking about this?
I feel like I've done time with you guys.
5
now.
hours?
Your next stream is in 7 hours.
I'm not doing. No, I'm not doing that.
No, it's 3 hours so far.
Well, you still haven't gotten to 1,000 thumbs up. So.
How do I not get 1,000?
I know.
All
What
the
the heck?
time. No.
Got a lot of freeloaders.
There's 1,100 people watching. If he's gonna cancel the stream right now if he doesn't get to 1,000.
Well, it's
And
probably for the best.
tell everyone that we won't do links until we hit 6 figures on Lone Star.
I knew it. Most of your viewers are Chinese people that you pay. They can't understand what we're saying.
All right, well, I'm gonna go. Let's end this stream now. I had fun with this one. I really did, and thanks to everyone for being on. I love these people. I'm really into them. I hate them and I love them. You know, it's hard to explain.
That hurts my feelings.
I would swing with them.
Yeah, I would definitely stream with them.
No,
Mark C says, Uncle Ethan, have you seen the extra large Mego figures? My local Target had the Green Lantern one. Yeah, they're horrible.
Ethan, I don't think you know what Cecil meant by swing with them.
Oh, swing with them. I thought he said stream with them.
He said swing.
Let's swing with them. Well, I probably
He'd
would.
cross streams with them.
Yeah.
No cross streaming. No.
Okay, look, I made her. She's got
Let's see.
830.
She's got her links. Her links are like a nunchuck.
sausage.
Made it,
Sausage
yeah.
links.
Nunchuck link.
That's your sidekick.
She's awesome, Doug. It looks like the kind of girl you'd meet at a truck stop.
Yeah, these are all over truck stops in Transylvania.
Beautiful, beautiful.
right.
I want to thank everyone. I want to thank Mitch for joining us tonight. I'm really with his hair sticking up.
That is awesome.
There's something about Mary.
I want to thank Mitch for coming in. Oh, I hope not.
I was thinking that, but I didn't say anything.
He just justified his whole time on this show in just
That was
one line.
outstanding.
Meanwhile, Nasser's been fucking hitting enter, and getting.
Oh, I'll let Nasser on real quick.
Oh, Nasser wants on. Oh, great. Just as I kick him out. Doug to Naples Bigfoot Bill, $113,661. Sold some more copies. People are impressed watching you draw. RT Bear, is he still here?
Yes.
Yeah.
RT Bear, $40,770.
Thanks to all.
Lone Star, Heart of the Hero. It's $98,612. And Kyung Lee, who had to leave early, he apologized. Wow. $17,325.
Oh, wow.
Good for him. Detective Dead, Crimson Moon. Very, very good. $25,580.
Is Elliot still here?
No, he was in the chat. Elliot was never on the panel, unfortunately. He never got on. But I saw him in the chat talking.
All right.
Yeah.
He never sent me that. I paid for it, but he never sent me the Cecil Ghost Rider shit.
Oh,
okay.
in New York, we were expecting you to show up.
Yeah.
He was gonna give it to you.
So it's my fault. Then I apologize.
All right.
I swear to God, in Twin Peaks, the season 4, the new thing that just came out, there were these Abraham Lincoln men in black and white who crushed people's faces in radio stations. And Doug legit looks just like them right now.
Cool.
Yeah, you got to see the Twin Peaks, the relaunch version, the reboot. You look just like them.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
everyone.
you
Thank
have
you so
Abraham
much for
Lincoln.
being here. Thanks to RT Bear. Thanks to Mike S. Miller. Thanks to Kanan White. Thanks to Cecil, the great Cecil. Thanks to Critias. Thanks to Doug DeNaples. Antonio, who I didn't even hear. I don't think Antonio spoke.
That was me.
He did. That was
about Maryland.
something about
that was
Maryland.
you.
Made the whole night.
If I open the stream, will everybody join in on it? Because
Yeah.
because Grandpa's falling asleep here.
So I gotta draw. Mike Anger, thank you for. I hope you enjoyed your first time on the show.
Yes. Can you put up my Indiegogo again? I hate to be
Absolutely.
annoying.
Black Forest.
The
Black
balls
Forest
on this guy.
Indiegogo. Well, no. You know, and the link, of course, is in the description. For all of these comments, including that.
Why do I look at my face keeps coming up? That's scary.
It's me. Yeah, I got you. I got the camera trained on
Is
you.
everybody falling asleep, or should I do a stream?
I'm going to bed, Cecil, but in the morning, get up and we'll
Do
do a
Aloha
show.
hour,
Let's
so
do a
those
show in the
who
morning.
don't go to hell can come to my
Thank you, Ethan. Good night. I appreciate
Good
it.
night, everyone.
Oh,
I'm
God
not
bless
doing the
everybody.
stream without Doug. Forget it.
All right. Bye-bye.
I gotta go.
Good night.
Good night.